People.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
Free Karen Read.
Free Karen Read.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
You're now tuned in to the layover.
Layover.
Chat. Mods, I see you.
I see you.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
Race, color, and creed. Yet we all band together despite all our differences.
Talk to him.
Talk to him.
We want to see Karen
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
rid of these bogus charges. We want to see justice for Boston police officer John O'Keefe.
R.I.P. John O'Keefe.
John O'Keefe.
We want answers for Sandra Bertram. And we're banding together to do the right thing.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
Now tuned in to the layover.
The layover.
Because you're all the people first.
I got to meet and hang out with James Jackson, which is one of the highlights of my trip, actually. I'll be totally honest. Dude was really
Shout
cool.
out to the Glera. I
Really
see you,
cool.
man. Let's get the gummies.
Get the gummies.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
JFK, what up?
JFK.
Hospitable group of people in my life.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
Free Karen Read.
Free Karen Read.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
I'm seeing someone mention James Jackson in the chat, and I don't know if he's in because I don't have. I love JFK.
JFK.
I love James Jackson.
You're a sweetheart. We love you,
Go ahead,
man.
Mr. Jackson.
Would love to talk to James anytime. He's just a great guy. Great guy.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
See you, man. I see you.
I've never met a more kind, generous, sweet, hospitable group of people in my life.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
We are Americans. Let me just get this off the screen. What's up, everybody? Chat, how we doing? Bear with me. Kind of did this on the fly tonight. You see what's up. Pastor Pepper making changes. And Fettis, how we doing? Lisa Davy. Kevy Kev, what up? Becky G. Jackie. I seen all you guys earlier rocking with JFK. I wish I could have stopped in and said hello. Hockey KC. So I don't have my glasses. So tonight's going to be a little different. What up, Reese? Tonight's going to be a little different. You know, I've been wanting to bring my boy on. He's been busy. He's been working. So this is cool because he doesn't really follow the case like us, you know, the long game is, so to speak. He hasn't been involved with this he hears about it from me and stuff like that. But, you know, and watches it, obviously, whatever he sees, whatever he hears from the people on the street. So it's an unbiased decision. I just want to show him a little bit of the waterfall. I want him to introduce himself, let you guys know who he is, where he comes from, and tell you a little bit about himself. I could tell you a little bit right now about him before I bring him up. Let me just make sure he's chilling. So Mikey is a kid I grew up with. He's a good friend of mine. He's like a brother to me. Mikey and his brother and I, we grew up together for years. And, you know, with that being said, Mikey, I just like to bring you up and then we can get into that whole other thing. So without further ado, my man Mikey D. What up,
Jizzy
man?
James, Jizzy James in the place to be. What's up, my brother?
My man, it's
How you
James
doing,
Jackson.
man?
It's James Jackson when we live, bro. I know we close and everything like that, but when we live, it's James Jackson.
That's right, Jizzy James Jackson in the place. There he is, my man. Doing big things, brother. I'm proud of you, man. Proud of you, bro.
I appreciate it, man. And for you, you know where we come from, so to hear that from you means a lot. But
You
why
know, I've
don't
known you
you
since you were a little
tell?
kid, man. You know, you're like a brother to me, man. I know your whole family. We tight, and I'm very proud of what you're doing, man. Big props. Shout out to JFK for helping you out, man. Doing you guys doing your thing, ripping and running. I love to see it, brother. Love to see my people doing good.
That's what's up, man. And nowadays you don't really get that from people that are, especially, I shouldn't say you don't get it, because we still get it from like an older gentleman that we grew up with. As I say, gentlemen, I use that term loosely. Um, but back to segue what you just said, you don't get that from a lot of people, especially in this movement. They say, "Oh, why the fuck are you?" Or, part of my language, everybody. Why are you so in tune with Karen Read, or why do you care about a cop, or why do you know what I'm saying? So
Yo, listen. If they only knew, bro. If they only knew some of the stuff me and you have been through over the years, you know what I'm
no, but
saying,
that's
bro?
the thing. That's the thing.
Like,
These
it's
no,
just the injustice that's going on is off the charts. It's just ridiculous off the charts, you know?
right, but yeah, that's a fact. But these guys know that they know the injustices are they're just like us. So
Yeah.
it's tough when you get your people you grew up with that don't support you. It's weird to me, man, because they go out and buy, like, Nike, Adidas, what have you. Buy a disclaimer shirt, support your boy. You know what I'm
Yo.
saying? I'm not saying like a disclaimer. I'm not. I'm not saying go out and buy yourself a disclaimer shirt. I'm talking about like people I grew up with, like, and that was just a segue off of how they don't support, and the support is it's one way, if
Well,
they're not.
James, just like anything in this life, bro, when you get built up and built up and built up and you're up here, you
Mhm.
got nowhere else to go but down, man. And you got haters gonna hate, and people that are just jealous of the whole fact of you doing your thing, man. They're gonna bring you down, man. That's all they do. They build you up to bring you down. You know, and it's an unfortunate thing, but that's the world we live in, bro. You know, people are
Yeah,
gonna hate. There's envy and jealousy. You know, it's just part of the seven deadly sins, bro. You know, there's nothing you can do
yeah.
about it. It just is what it is about that shit. Oh, my bad.
Well, I'll tell you, man. It's funny because those people, like where I'm at in my life today, that shit doesn't mean this, because you know who I am as a person, as a man now. Um, that shit doesn't mean nothing to me. Like, I feel like when I walk into a room, I feel like it's either you either respect me and know who I am now. Don't worry about what I did, what I've done. Worry about what I'm doing now. Worry about what I'm trying to do. Worry about the awareness I try to spread every day. Even like just as simple, when we was at the club earlier, my man, got me signed up. Where we live is
Shout out to the Italian American Citizens Club.
yeah. Actually, I'm gonna pull something up real quick. Mikey, so Mikey, why don't you tell them while I'm pulling this up? Mikey's been a chef for over what, 30 plus years? I mean, shit.
About 30 years now, bro. You know, I've been cooking since 15 years. Yeah, so 30 years, 32 years now, bro.
So tell them, about you while I find this, because
All
I'm
right,
gonna
well, here's the thing, man. I started cooking. Well, it all started
daily
basically.
catch.
Well, it all started basically, bro, and you know where? In my grandmother's kitchen.
Right.
Because without my nana teaching me the things she taught me and getting me in tune and getting me involved, yo, I would have never enjoyed it and had so much love for it. Because if you don't have love for cooking, man, you don't put love in your cooking, you might as well not be cooking, you know, especially if you're feeding the masses. Because
Right.
that's the only way you're gonna get your name out there is if you're putting out good quality food with the finest products and the best possibility of like preparing and everything, the whole situation. So, you know, there's a lot that comes with cooking. You know, there's a lot of weekends you work, there's a lot of doubles that you work, you know, you spend more time in the kitchen than you do anywhere if you're in tune. I mean, I used to go to work at 8 in the morning and get out at 1 in the morning. Then we have to be right back at 8 in the morning, 16, 17 hour shifts. You need 4 or 5 hours to prep. Then you got to set your line. Then you're cooking all day, you're cooking all night. Then you got to clean up. You know, it's a lot of work. And, you know, when you get a simple, hey, chef, that was a great meal. That's all
Mm,
you needed to get you through to the next day. And
that's right.
it's just that simple. Just a little bit of gratitude goes a long way, man. Especially for those people that are working in the industry, you know who you are. You know, tip your waitresses, tip your servers. You know, people work hard in those kitchens and stuff, man. It's no joke, you know. But yeah, like I was saying, I started off just cooking, you know, locally around the neighborhood. Started off in Cremone's, Richie Cremone's place. Shout out Richie Cremone.
Yeah, shout out Cremone's, huh?
Right.
That's
Yeah, that
going
was an
back.
old school
Anybody?
place.
Yep.
You know,
I
yeah,
used to
man.
hey, you know what's crazy? I washed dishes there when I was a kid, man. I
I
used to
remember
see
you
them.
telling me. You know, it's funny, man. We were hanging out in there, and one of his line cooks called in, and he was like, "Yo, Mikey, I heard you can cook a little." And he taught me how to make shrimp scampi and chicken masala. So the whole night, anytime
Hold
those
up,
two dishes came
Mikey.
in, that's all I
Mikey,
did.
Mikey. 1 second. I just want to say real quick, just Megan Easton, thank you for becoming a member. And Jackie, I believe that the super chats are on. Yeah. So I'm gonna get to them, but as my man speaking, I don't want to be cutting him off.
It's
Welcome,
all good,
Mikey.
brother.
Look at that, Mikey. So when I put this up, you can see that, right? So I'm gonna
Yeah,
put
welcome,
these.
Mikey. Yeah, I see it.
Yep. All right.
Hold up,
Cool.
let me get a little. Yeah, yeah,
Um.
yeah. Please pass
Yes.
the pepper. What about the salt?
She's down. Look at this. We got emphasis shrimp scampi's my dish. That's what he would do too. Stuff
Oh,
like that. So I'm gonna get to all the super chats. If you do a super chat and I happen to catch it and you want to ask Mikey something, I'll try to catch it, but I don't like to cut my man off while he's speaking, so I'm gonna let him finish. But go ahead, Mikey.
but yeah, no, like it. Yeah, it started with Cremone's at 14, 15. He taught me them two dishes: shrimp scampi, chicken masala. Anytime them dishes came in, that's what I had to cook. So once I got a taste of that action in the kitchen, you know, it's fast, it's, you know, a hustle, it's a grind. You got people swearing at you, you got people moving behind you. You know, you got to be aware of every situation you're in. This hot, you know, hot pans, hot pots. You're working with knives and it's slippery on the floor. You know, everything's a challenge. You just got to be in tune. If you ain't in tune, you're gonna get hurt. You know, you will get hurt. Trust me. You know, so hell yeah. Then after Cremone's, you know, it started. I actually went into the bakery business for a little while, learned how to bake some bread, doing those types of things. And I moved to Martha's Vineyard for a summer. You know, my brother went down to get a bartender's gig, got a job in a restaurant. The next thing you know, he's talking to the chef, and I ended up moving down there. So from
What happened?
'99 to 2001, yo, I was down on the vineyard. Anyone who knows the vineyard, man, summertime, it's no joke down there. You know,
Mikey, you
dialing
see, it
goes to
just popped
zero.
up on the screen. Just if you when you see them pop up, I'm popping them up so
Oh
you can
no,
read them
I
too.
don't. Unfortunately,
No, we're
Susan,
gonna
I
get to
don't have.
that.
All
We're
right,
gonna get yeah, we're gonna get to that, Susan.
all right, word up.
Hit your new gig, but the last gig
Yes,
he was at for a long time. It's
yeah. So I
mostly
mean,
so it goes
all
from
right. So
family
here we
to
go.
family.
So
Yeah,
here we go, Jesse. James. Sorry, my man.
it's all good, my man. What's up,
Fast
Patrick?
forward to about 15, 16 years ago. Fast forward to that. A cousin of mine, uh, he asked me if I wanted to come cook, and I needed the job, man. I wasn't really But I was out of the cooking game for a little while. I just needed a break because you get burnt out working weekends, every friggin' holiday, you name it, you work it. So I took a little time for myself, and I said, sure, I'd love to get back into the game, you know. And he ended up hiring me back, and I started working in the north end of Boston on Hanover Street. And anyone who knows Hanover Street, during the summertime, practically, you know what, all year round, Hanover Street's busy. But
Oh yeah.
especially in the summer, you get so many tourists from all around the world. And I ended up cooking at the Daily Catch. It's a little seafood and Sicilian seafood and pasta place. They're famous for their calamari. Shout out to the Daily Catch. And
Yes.
you know, it was like an open kitchen area. It only sat 20 people, and you basically turned the restaurant every hour. You would have 20 come in, 20 go out, 20 come in, 20 go out. And basically from 11 in the morning until we stopped at 10, 11 o'clock at night. You know, it was just nonstop action. You know,
Look at
any
this.
given day I could cook for 200 people. James, you know that. You've been there, you've seen it, you know.
Yeah, I've been there. Daily Catch is so good. What the duck?
Oh,
Yeah,
what the
what the
duck?
duck? She said, no, that's her username. She said, the Daily Catch is so good.
Yeah, Daily Catch is a good spot, man. You know, tons of garlic, lot of love, simple ingredients, nothing too fancy. It's just the Italian way and the Sicilian way of cooking is basic, fresh ingredients, and just do it simple. You keep it simple, and everybody loves it, and that's it.
Mhm.
We had that black pasta aliolio. Black pasta, for people that don't know, is you take the squid that we're cutting up for the calamari rings and tentacles. You take the ink out of that, and we use it to dye the pasta. We made fresh fettuccine, and we would dye it black. And we used to do a black pasta aliolio with brown calamari in there, and it was top notch. The dish was just incredible, bro.
It's worth every penny. Yeah, I mean,
Worth every penny. Yeah. So, you know, I cooked there for a long time, bro. 15 years. And then, you know, due to foreseen circumstances, my back and, you know, my
yeah, we're
foot.
getting older. We don't
Yeah,
bounce
man.
back.
I just couldn't,
Injuries.
I couldn't hang with the grind like I was before. And I basically had to put up the coat, you know, the chef coat on the shelf for a little while, and get my health right. You know, I had a lot of stuff I had to deal with, medically, you know, physically. I'm feeling a lot better than I did. Mentally, I'm strong as an ox. I'm feeling good. You know, things are great right now. And you know, fast forward into this April coming. You know, there it is.
There it is. Here it is right here. Actually, if you
Here
want,
we go.
I can pull this up. So this April, Mikey has a new gig. And that's why I went down to. So where we live, there's a lot of clubs. There's the Italian American. There's a lot of Italian clubs. Most of
The
the
Irish
clubs you have.
American.
There's an Irish American. You got to be Italian, most of them, or Irish. I mean, you just got to be in the know. You got to know
You gotta have
somebody.
somebody vouch for you to get in, and you know, as long as
Yeah.
they
Tonight
vouch
I
for
had
you,
3 guys vouch for me. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? This is
yeah,
crazy.
nowhere, bro. No.
Yeah, automatic.
No, I've been trying to get you down there for months.
I know. Yo, I just been busy, man, and that's just I
I
got
know
a
you have,
dog. You
brother.
know I got Luna now. We took her out last
Dude,
couple days ago,
bro,
man, and
like having a kid.
it's like having a baby, bro. She was
It
dumped on
sure
my
is.
lap. She was dumped on my lap. Cheers, salute.
You know what? I'll tell you what. Yep, I got you, buddy. Here it is,
Salute.
my man. Yeah, but Luna's a sweetheart. So
Oh,
in the end,
she's the best.
in
It
the
worked
end,
out.
dude, you know, you didn't save her. She saved you, bro.
That's a fact.
Just
Man.
like when I got my dog, he saved me. You know, that's the kind of, you know, just genuine love that you need. You know, just from something in your life. If you got nothing going on, and you know they're there. No, every minute they're there for you. When you leave, they're like, where you going? Take me. You know, come back. They're waiting for you. It's just that, you know, you don't get that love unless it's from a human or a dog. You know.
That's what's up. You see down here in the comments.
Oh hell yeah! Welcome. There I am, Kelly. What's up?
This is Peppa. Oh, Peppa, where'd she go? Right here. We got Casey.
Yeah.
But so, like I said, Mikey's gonna be going to his new spot. He took some time off to get his shit together as far as his health. And these are things I was talking about when I had court last week when the judge asked me what I have done to change my life around. I said, well, I show up. It's not just showing up to court no more. It's showing up to doctor's appointment, dentist appointments, my nieces, my nephew's birthdays, bro. Shit like I would never do. I'd be like, oh, I'm too busy to do something like that today. Or fuck that appointment, And these are things that as you grow as an adult, as a man, as you get growth in your life, you start to recognize them. So when the judge asked me that, it was like they were just flowing off like doof, doof, like I was throwing Chinese stars at her, bro.
That's right. Bing, bing,
I'm
bing,
like,
bing.
I was like, here you go, gem, 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 gem.
That's right.
So God, one can only hope. I can only pray.
Because in the end, dude, all of our friends and family, all we can do is be available for them.
That's it.
Availability is huge now. Now that we're getting older, to be available, like you said, for your niece and nephew's birthdays, to be there for our family, to support, our friends, to support, loved ones, and to, basically take care of our overall mental health, which is huge nowadays, man. You hear about mental health more than you do about physical health, it seems like,
Yeah.
It's really out in the open now. It wasn't like that when we were kids, bro.
No, when we were kids, it was just
when you heard mental health, it was like go outside and run,
or you were like picked on, like
That's right. That's right.
It was like now you say that word and I kind of want to like backhand somebody.
That's right. You gotta give them the old,
Yeah, but
you gotta give them the old one of these right here, James. Start zit,
Yeah, start zit. The fuck out of here. But that's how I feel sometimes, and it's like I have a nephew, a godson. He's
right.
autistic. He's
That's
autistic,
right.
and
Shout out to autistic kids, man. They're the smartest, little smartest dudes. A lot of them, girls, boys. I mean, they have some stuff that only people wish they could do.
I'll tell you, you haven't met an autistic kid until you've met an autistic kid.
That's right, bro.
And what I mean by that, if that went over anybody's head, is they're all different. They're all completely different. Each of them have their own unique behavior.
That's right.
And
some of them are great artists. Some of them are great musicians.
Yeah.
Some of them are, real good at math. It's amazing.
A friend, actually, a friend of Jay's, he did business with him back in the day. He's a genius on the keys. But he did work with Static like that, bro.
That's what's
He's
up. Shout out
full
Static.
autistic. Yeah, and he worked with Static like, and he was in the right care and everything was great. So it's just like, that word now to me is different. But like you said, growing up,
it's very important. It's very important to get these kids to help into the things that they need so that they can succeed and feel part of society. It's just important.
Peppa said, hold on. Peppa said,
I know what that means.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
We got.
I got
man,
a few
it's
of 'em.
beautiful. It's beautiful. So, Mikey, you want to read this? I got. Cause.
Oh, you want to post it and give people? There you go. There it is.
There we go.
There it is.
There it is, right there.
So a little backdrop to this. Like they send out a monthly, little letter to all the members of the clubs and all the we have a president, we have a sergeant at arms, a vice president, a treasurer, and these are all things they send like a letter out to all the clubs, and this is the upcoming stuff that's coming. One of the guys, shout out to my man Peter, he was the one. He's a really good writer, and he put this in there for me, and I just thought it was cool. Maybe we could share it with everybody, just to let them know what's going on.
You want to read it to them, Mikey?
Yeah, sure. Get ready for the sizzling summer like no other.
Hold on one second, Mikey. Hold on.
You got
Kelly. What's up, Kelly? We got Kelly Reed. So, Mikey, Kelly, this is my boy Mikey. I don't know if I'm take this down. You can see him real quick.
Oh yeah, I
He
see Kelly. Hi, Kelly.
so there's Mikey. He's new. He's gonna be doing his thing. He's coming in as an unbiased friend. He's a great friend of mine. So we're just talking a little different on the layover. This is a layover. So we're on a layover. We're just talking. We're a little chill right now. But I just wanted him to know who you were. Kelly Reed is Karen Reed's first. They're cousins. They're
Okay.
family.
Yep. You mentioned her to me
Um,
before. Yep.
Yeah. Actually, I know what me and Kelly had a conversation. And Kelly, you know what I'm talking about because I said I have the same thing in my family. So you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so Mikey, you can. Oh, where'd it go? There it is. Go ahead. Go.
All
I'm
right.
sorry, buddy.
No, you got that, man. It's all good. So get ready for a sizzling summer like no other. This year we got a true culinary legend man in the grill. None other than the famed celebrity chef Mike D. Orlando, straight out of Edgeworth, known for his mouth-watering creations and unmatched grilling skills. Mikey D is bringing the heat with all your favorite meat sandwiches, crafted with all your
Mikey, you're
favorite.
cutting up.
Oh no, crafted to perfection. If you thought you had the best before, say again.
I couldn't hear. Why don't you start over where none other famed because it cut up. Mikey D. Orlando, straight out of Edgeworth.
Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, all right. Mikey D. Orlando, straight out of Edgeworth, known for his mouth-watering creations and unmatched grilling skills. Mikey D, that's me, is bringing the heat with all your favorite meat sandwiches crafted to perfection. If you thought you had the best before, think again. This is next level grilling, a worthy successor to the legendary Jimmy Seaman. Shout out to Jimmy. Mikey is serving up nothing but the juiciest, most flavor-packed bites you've ever tasted on Thursdays and Fridays, maybe a Wednesday or two. So come hungry because this summer, every sandwich, I got cut off there at the end there. I couldn't read the end, but every sandwich is gonna be dope. So come on, come on, man.
That's what it says. All right. It says
know?
every sandwich is gonna be fucking dope. So get your ass down there
You know,
and check my boy out because
we're
Yo,
gonna be doing big things this summer down there. You know, we're gonna have a lot of fun at the club, bro.
no, that's great, man.
A lot of club, and I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
I'm so happy that you actually got that position because it's like
Yeah, I'm getting back into the things that, I love, bro. I'm just trying to get back with the right people, with the right clique, all my, friends and family. This is where I belong, man.
it's in the neighborhood, bro. You
It's
couldn't
in the
ask for
neighborhood.
you couldn't ask for a better gig.
No,
I mean,
it's in my neighborhood. I'm
if
gonna be seeing so many people, and
plus
now
in
that
the
everyone knows that I'm gonna be.
summertime. Oh
Yeah,
man, it's gonna be
dude.
beautiful. The feast this year.
Oh, I can't
So
wait
I
for
don't know
St.
if anybody
Rocco's.
knows this side of the North Shore, but so we have the feast over at in the North End. Obviously, I don't know how close people are to the North End. So you have the Italian feast in the North End, but for years where we live in our section, Mikey, you want to tell him because it's actually right on his, on his street. It's
Okay, yeah, I can,
two
I can,
streets
I can break
over.
it down. Yeah,
Break
James,
it
I can
down.
break it down, man. Okay, so this feast is called the Feast of Saint Rocco. Now, Saint Rocco, he was known for
St.
like as a
Anthony's.
healer,
That's right,
and
bro.
you know, you would go to him and he would help you with all your problems and help you get through your days or whatever. That's what he was known for. He was a saint. So the Saint Rocco feast originated in Falciano, Italy, which is right outside of Naples. And when my grandfather came over here from Naples, him and like maybe 6 other families, they all kind of came together. And the
Oh,
original Saint Rocco feast.
1 second. I'm sorry, Mikey. Joanne Panella said, James, so glad court was good. Mikey, good luck on your new gig. Any pasta, what is it? Pasta for Mikey, you know
Pasta
that.
fagiolo.
Pasta fagioli. Nothing better than dear friends and family. Love you, James. Mikey, take care of you. Thank you so much, Joanne. Mikey, you're Italian too. You better come
Yeah,
check
Joanne
Mikey out,
Panella.
Joanne.
Come
Joanne
on.
Panella. Oh wow, we get a
she's like an aunt already.
yeah. See, Joanne, and that's a good name too.
That's
Blue
right. It's my
42.
mom's name, bro. Shout out
Yeah.
my mom.
Shout out to Joanne. So we got a lot of people that know about St. Rocco's in here. M. Fettis said the feast in Lawrence. M. Fettis, really? We're talking about the North. I'm just kidding. I bet you that one's dope too out in Lawrence. You got an Italian feast in Lawrence? I never been out to that one. I've been to the one in the North End, and then the one Mikey, St. Rocco's, the Healer, St.
Nice,
Rocco's, Cynthia Lynch at St. Rocco. But there's one friend in here, you might know her sons. I know, I'll tell you after who she is right here. I go to St. Rocco's every year and I love it.
Nice.
It's up to her. I can say, I can tell them after who that is.
Oh, that's neither here or there right now.
Yeah. No, I just wanted you to know. She knows about it.
All right, that's what's up. That she knows about Pearl Street and how.
Oh, she said you can say it.
Okay.
So you remember Danielle? Do you remember well, he's a little older than me, so I'm sorry to get right into that, but that's Danielle would probably be closer in his age, but I'm not sure because I was. So anyway, do you remember the DeMacy's, the two twins? They were wrestlers.
Oh, of course.
And then Danielle was the bus driver.
Yes.
Okay. That's their mom.
Oh, what's up, Mom?
Yeah.
You're like already my mom. You kidding me?
Yeah. Her boys are the best, man. And I'll tell you, this is a disclaimer. This is like back in the day when I was DYS days. I didn't really get to do so well in high school. Not as far as grades. I mean, maybe grades too. I don't remember, but because I spent a lot of time in DYS. But oh shit! Big disclaimer. Oh, Mikey, I'm sorry. But she's in the chat too. That's why. Okay. Well, I'm sorry because you got. So that's Bisco. So you remember Bisco, Mikey Bisco from Bowden Street, and Bowden Street Projects.
Oh, Bowden Street Projects, yeah.
And then he had his sister Melissa
and Mikey.
Yeah, the Biscos. I don't know if he knows them, but anyway, that's a crazy ass disclaimer. I'm so fucking sorry. This show will be canceled now.
It.
No, I'm only that shit's crazy. Wow. You can't even make this shit up because the other one's mom that we were just talking about, she's always in the chat. Always when me and JFK are live. So I just assumed because she said I'm at St. Rocco's every year. But it's all good. Hey, we're here. We're here tonight. We've all. What'd you say, Peppa? We've all risen above our raising. Listen, disclaimer. So, Bisco, no, Mikey's a great kid. Mikey Bisco is a great kid. I grew up with Mikey. He's a good kid. Melissa is she's awesome too. I think Melissa was like one of my first girlfriends, bro. Like when I came home, like Lincoln School dances on CYO shit.
Okay, you're going way back now.
Yeah, I'm going way back. So
now you said Bowden Street. You said Bowden Street, right?
Yeah, Bowden over there, where Carvel.
What about Chris Carabino? My cousin Chris Carabino was from over there. Denise.
Costucci, yeah. They know.
His grandmother, Josie Fedora. That's my family too.
Yeah.
Chris is my cousin
I'm
too.
pretty sure. Yes, she knows because that's cool. Around the time they were there. Mikey was when Bino and all that shit.
Oh yeah, so Bino, yeah, right. So and then Bino's little brother Nicky and
Someone
Okay.
said, "Oh my God, I just remembered going to CCC." Yeah, me too. I remember crashing them because I was never allowed to go, and then I had to sneak in, like, by the teachers and shit because I didn't go to that school. But you know, it is what it is. But
Yeah.
yeah, go
CCD
ahead.
classes on a Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm late, but I'm here. Hey, James and Mikey, what's up, Kimberlina? You're here. That's great. So
Hi, Kim.
yeah, I mean, man, that disclaimer just threw me the hell off. So I forget what we was talking about.
We were talking about St.
JFK,
Rocco's.
JFK is in the chat. Everybody, come fuck down. Yeah, we're
Shut
talking
up,
about St. Rocco.
JFK.
So go ahead, finish explaining about St. Rocco.
Well, they brought the feast over from Naples, and they started the tradition here, and it's been going on now because of the COVID thing. It kind of got screwed up those 2 years, but we're talking like 94, 95 straight years of St. Rocco, and I've been to basically every single one of them since, my house is right on the street where they, stop the parade, like stop the block, and that's where the whole party scene goes. It's pretty dope. Anyone who's been to St. Rocco, it ain't like it used to be,
No,
but now it's all about family and friends, and we just get together and we do it like
well,
we do.
we took a big loss. The last two St. Roccos, we had a friend, a dear friend to us all. JFK, he's in the chat. He knows. Chris Regano, R.I.P. to Chris Regano.
That's right.
That's taking him, losing Chris was like I remember every year St. Rocco's,
Awful.
it would be me, you, Regano, and that big dude would follow behind us, like, us three would walk ahead, and he was like the bouncer for us. But anyway, we'd be closing out St. Rocco's together.
That's right.
And I just remember those
We'd
days.
sit in front of
man.
my crib for hours till 2, 3 in the morning, just talking, catching up. Like
such a good friend. And it's like those are the friends now that know where we've been, and if they see we're like, when I was in, like I said, when I get back to when I was talking about court and shit, and it's not just Regano. Let me throw up a disclaimer. It's not just Regano. Trust me, we've had many friends over the years we've lost, that we've loved, and that we miss daily. But Regano was very special as a friend. So I brought him up. Plus, we were talking about St. Rocco's. So anyway, to get back to what I was saying is, shit, I kind of got lost there for a second, what I was saying.
Well, we were talking about the feast. We were talking about how, basically, like you said, about how the friends who have seen us go from where we were to where we are,
he would be that friend that would
be proud.
Would say, that would be so proud, that would come by my house. He would pick me up, and he would be like right now I'm saying it, because when we first started this, we were talking about friends that we have, and they say, "Oh, why do you get involved in a case like that? Who cares? It's just a cop, and who cares about?" It's not just a cop. It's not just about. It's about the whole system that's been going on for years, and like he knows, he'd been through that. But to segue back to what I was saying about him and friends, how he would be happy, and I don't see a lot of that. I see a lot of shit behind the scenes, like. And it's like I see it, and then they think I don't see it, but I see it, right? And it's like, all right, you can say everything you want to say, but at the end of the day, we know the truth. So, not to get like,
you talk about friends, bro. I mean, look what just happened with me and my best friend. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, you talk, and then you're talking about, the bullshit that goes on with court and everything else. I mean, shit, bro. Look.
I mean, bro, that's something that I would
that's
wait to
deep.
talk about. Yeah,
Yeah, that's deep right now.
I mean, that's something that you have some experience. This is what I mean. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not just gonna bring people. That's another thing. I'm just gonna say real fast. I'm not just gonna bring people up here that are just gonna feed you lies and feed you bullshit and feed
Hell
you
no,
sucker
man.
shit. I can tell him what we're talking about because you already brought it up. He's talking about something that has to do with the feds, okay? And I don't think it's the right time right now to bring that in because we're talking about good and positive shit.
Yeah,
But
no,
my
we're
point,
upbeat. I'm just saying we're getting back to like we were just talking about friends. I'm talking about one of my best friends that
right,
did me
right,
dirty,
yeah, yeah,
man.
I
You
get it.
know,
I get it. I get
that's
it.
all that was,
I
bro.
know
But
how
hell
it.
yeah,
No, absolutely, I know why it took you to that. But what I'm
yeah.
saying is, what I'm trying to say is, I would never bring someone up here that's gonna talk like just feed you bullshit lies. It's gonna be real. It's gonna be from the heart. It's gonna be like we're
Ain't got
talking
time for
about.
that no more.
Yeah, no way, no way, man. Never going forward. If I can't have a conversation with somebody and think about after that conversation, did I get something? Did I learn something? I get something, but when I say get, let me throw up a disclaimer because I'm not trying to get nothing. I'm trying to say, did I learn something from that? Or what did I get out of that conversation? Did it make anything better? Or like, I'm not here to basically say, like, listen to some conversation about what someone's wearing or fucking doing tomorrow. I don't care. I have things. I'm waiting for the fucking mailman to come so I can find out what the judge said. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You
right.
know this shit because I was with you today. So like, these are the things I care about today. Like, I don't
That's
care
right.
about what the next man or woman is doing. But it's like JFK, if he's still in the chat, he has a song. You don't know what the next man going through, so watch what you say. Watch what you do. And that's so true, bro, because you never know. You could hold the door for a woman that just got beat up by her boyfriend or husband or whatever have you, her girlfriend at these days. I don't know, whatever the fuck. You could hold the door for her, and that shit could change your day. You know
No
what I'm
doubt.
saying? So,
No doubt.
or you could be like, nah, I was here first, and now she feels like even shittier. So it's
Yo,
just like,
you can't change what happened yesterday. All you can do is do what you're doing today. You can't look, anything back in the past. You can't change any of that. You know, all you have is today, man. You got to keep stacking
thank you, bro.
24, stack 24, stack 24s, and all these seats that are available to us good people, we deserve these seats nowadays, man. A lot of us have been through the bullshit. A lot of us have been through the grind. And to be actually come out alive, number one, and to come out on top of where we're at right now in life, it's a blessing, man. And that's only God looking out for the people that are supposed to be here, bro. Because
Mm.
how many of our friends have died over the years, James? That didn't make it out. Good, solid people in our lives, man. And for some reason, you're here, I'm here. Shout out to everyone else who's here. Like for real, man. It's no joke out there.
Facts, man. So we got Cynthia Lynch. Cynthia Lynch, I just want to say thank you. James keeping it real. Mikey keeping it real too.
No doubt, man.
Um, and
That's all you can be.
that's all you can. And you know, it's sad because as we go to this trial, the second trial, right? Like, this is time, like, you know enough about this case where, I wouldn't say, because there's another thing that behind the scenes, Mikey and I talk about and working on. Like, he brought himself in. He showed you his resume. He's a chef, so he's been a chef for 30 years. There's something that we've been talking about. He's going to be doing his own thing, and when he starts his stuff, I told him, you know what? We can talk about the case because about jails, institutions, death, relationships, everything we talk about. The waterfall, how there was a fight about to go down. Actually, I'm gonna play a video for you, and I just want your opinion on what I mean, like what you think could have took place while this
Word
was
up.
going on. Like, and I'll get into that with you. But my thing is with you and I, I do my thing obviously with JFK on Fuckery Donuts. We do our shit whenever we do our shit. This is the layover. I'm building it up. And this is what it is. This is the great part about change, right? When you can change your life and help your friends and show them that there's a way, there's a different way. Like, you don't have to, you can like just tell your story and be real with people on here, and you can also spread awareness. Like last year, me and JFK actually was the last year. Well, it was during Celtics. Yeah, about last year. This time, no, it was cold out. Maybe it was. Either way, disclaimer, I don't know the time of year. We're out fucking North Station. You know how me and him do. We're out there. We're up in people's faces with mics. We're really out there pounding
I've
the
seen you guys
pavement.
on Causeway Street.
Yeah, spreading awareness. So that's my point. Like, if it comes to this again, well, it will, because when JFK lands and we get on, we'll be on the street again doing all that shit. But my point is, right now, you have a chance to catch up and do that, but also you have a chance to bring into this what you want to bring into it. You want to bring in your cooking, I give you, man. I hope you can do that. So with that being said, I'm glad that everybody got to meet my boy. I mean, we're not ending, but I'm just saying, I'm glad you got to the initial introduction to Mikey D.
Yo, let me tell you something, James. I appreciate the platform that you created. Shout out to JFK for doing everything he's doing. I got
shout out
nothing
to
but love and respect. Peace and love to all you guys. And like I said, man, you're showing me the way, man. You're showing me the way. I've been working hard my whole life, and I can figure out things, that may, you're figuring things out a different way. And I'm open to suggestions, man.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, man, you have to listen. And if, like I said, if JFK is still in the chat, I don't know. Oh, we got some Jackie Love. Very nice chat on here. Best wishes to you, Mikey. Yeah, and that's the thing, Jackie. Mikey's a great guy. He's very likable. Everyone, they need. Here it is right here. I was just gonna say this. Thank you, Jackie. That means a lot. I really appreciate that. Everyone starts somewhere. And that's the thing. It's like JFK and I got into this. Mikey, I had nothing really that I didn't give a shit about going any further. Like where I was at, I was like, oh, I got this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. JFK, he gave me some gems and I listened to him. You got to listen, bro. Like you cannot let, no, I'm not saying like you do what you want, but I'm saying like this stuff can really, bro, we get emails. We get fucking songs made about us. This is not like,
yo, bro, I've been, we've been chilling when you're off air and you're not flying, and I've seen it all, man. And like I said, I couldn't be more proud of you, bro. Like, you're taking this to a whole
the way
new
I
level,
deal with it. The way I deal with it nowadays is just like,
you are laser focused, bro. Like Brady would say, you are laser focused.
Well, I'll tell you too, what it has to do with, it's like, it's almost like finally there's and unfortunately Karen Read has to go through this, right? But in some crazy way of my belief of the way the universe, the way God, the way everything works, right? My way of thinking is finally, like, this shit is exposed. Because now everything in mass, no matter where you talk about anything, if you say the police in mass did this to me, oh man, those fucking cops. It's going to be said like that now. But growing up, man, it was like, do, 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 do. You took the beating by the cops to think you would get away and just be like done with it.
Yeah.
But now it's like they find a woman like Karen, doesn't have a record, never been in trouble with the law, never had anything to do with the law besides date an officer. That's it. And now they're like, all right, well, we're going to pin this on an innocent woman like her. It's just wild, bro, because think of how many...
I truly believe everyone in that house that night is definitely lying about something, man.
You can't.
You got a seasoned detective. You got an ATF agent. You know, he's breaking his phone the day he's supposed to turn it in. Come on, what's he hiding? You know, really. Like, there's no coincidences, man, you know, especially when it comes to a murder rap.
Yo, put it this way. If he was innocent, right? When he called in. I let you hear that show.
Yeah, I heard
I don't know.
it, right.
I don't know. I think you might have been watching, or if you heard it. However, you heard it,
man.
And I played it for you again. But when he called into us, he lied right away who he was. Like, bro,
and you're not for nothing. But the first thing I said to you is, if you were from Boston or if you were from South Boston, you don't say you're from South Boston. You say you're from Salty.
Salty,
right? It's the first friggin' thing I said.
Anybody knows that. And it's like, man,
that's right.
It's so much like, yeah, right here, Cynthia. It's deep, and it's so much deeper than just, the Karen Read case. Because look at the Sean Ellis, trial 4. It almost won 4 trials. He did 25 years.
That's right.
I mean, that shit's crazy.
Poor kid,
He's out now. He's out now talking to, people and people that are wrongly convicted.
Spreading awareness, man.
Yeah, he's spreading awareness, and at the end of the day, that's what we're here for. We're here to spread awareness. That's what's up, Kev. And Sandra Birchmore, R.I.P. That was so sad. Mikey, I don't know if you know about that case with Sandra Birchmore, but it's basically the same county of police corruption.
Norfolk.
They took this. So they had this program where, like, girls that were, say like the Challenge in Malden High.
Right.
I don't want to say exactly because I don't.
I understand.
It was a program like that, but
sure.
My point is,
I get it.
They took her in.
I'm picking up what you're throwing down.
They took her in. They try act like they're gonna help her, and these cops they did her dirty, man. They treated her like whatever, and come to find out, a couple of months go by, they act like she committed suicide, but people are like, no, she didn't commit suicide. Something else happened here. And it was another cop that went in and took her life, bro.
Yeah, first he took advantage of her, and then he took her life.
Bro, he got her pregnant and everything, bro.
That's what I'm saying. He took advantage of this girl. This is a battered woman, man. This is a battered, abused woman who mentally is not all there. And you take advantage of these people. And, these people got to be held accountable, bro.
Yeah, Jay, I see what you're saying. JFK said, to be fair, though, Higgins is a Cambridge kid, and my cousin is from Southie, and he says South Boston.
All right.
Yeah, but that's like people from Southie.
I met a ton of, I'm just saying, anybody I've ever met from South Boston, they're always from Southie.
I mean, I could say he's right in that, in a sense, but it's also, you could just tell he was lying, man. We knew he was lying, bro. You could tell he was lying. You listen to that phone call, you can tell he's trying to fit in.
When JFK ever said, "Yo, is this Higgins?" Dude, I was dying, bro. That was the
JFK picked that shit up so fast.
I was like, word.
Well, you gotta think, he's always got his ear to. He's been doing right into beats, and he's
Oh, I
he's
know,
good with
dude. I
that,
know his little
man.
history, man. You've
You
introduced
know,
me to
Jay.
like
Yeah.
the
Show
whole,
off.
the whole show off shit. And shout out to Show Off and Static and JFK for doing what you guys are doing, man. Word up. I'm a big hip hop fan too, man.
Yeah, JFK. He's done some incredible stuff, man. And
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, no
you
doubt.
know, but when he picked up that call, I hear people say all the time, JFK should have let him go longer. First of all, how's JFK gonna let him go longer? That guy's no, but this is the thing. Me and JFK talk about this all the time, so he knows what I'm talking about. That Higgins said, or Kevin from South Boston, he said what he wanted to say, how much time he was going to say, and that was it. No more, no less. He was not going to sit on the phone with us. He just wanted to call in at that moment, because at that moment, me and Jay were going in on him a little bit, maybe a lot, but we were just going in on him. And then all of a sudden, the phone rang, and it was, you wrong. But he got some shit off. It was like 22 to 23 seconds. And it's in this is how the universe and God works, man. Because in court, right, Mikey, the fucking guy got like a butt dial from the other guy where John O'Keefe's body was found at his house, and now the alleged people is Higgins, Brian Albert, who owned the house where John O'Keefe's body was found, and Colin Albert, who is like a young, I think he was in college now, but he's a younger dude, and Brian Albert's his uncle, so he's trying to look good for his uncle. I'm a tough kid now.
Now,
Whatever
Brian
the case.
Albert, he's the detective, correct?
Yeah, he was Brian Albert. Yeah, he was on Boston's Finest. He's a Boston cop. He's a Boston detective.
Okay.
He's the one that figured the Boston Strangler case.
Okay, that's what I thought, right?
Yeah. And so Higgins
Albert
is the
DeSalvo.
ATF. Yes. Well, Albert DeSalvo said he did it, allegedly.
Yeah. Yo, you want to hear something real quick about Albert DeSalvo? In Chelsea, on Broadway, where my grandmother lived back in the day, man, Albert DeSalvo lived in the apartment 2 floors above her, and she was in the laundry room in the basement one time. And when Albert DeSalvo came in to allegedly do laundry, but he didn't have any laundry, he kind of looked at my grandmother funny, and she dipped. She just kind of got that weird feeling about the dude. Like I said, I don't know if he did or didn't do it.
Yeah. No, he was. I mean, I know a girl that dated his nephew for a long time, and she said he was just a weird dude. So I don't know. I don't know.
That's what my grandma told me.
I was young, so I mean, I don't know. He couldn't be, but this dude, who we talking before Higgins? Higgins was at ATF. About him, Brian A. in the Boston. But so there's Brian A., Brian Higgins, Colin, but John O'Keefe was found. Shit, Mikey, what were we talking about before you just hit me with that Boston Strangler shit?
Oh, you were saying you you were talking about the people that were involved, the phone call before that.
Oh yeah. So there you go, my man.
Yo, I gotta get a sweatshirt on, bro. Give me 1 sec.
Yeah, all right.
It's chilly.
I gotta take a piss. Free bird. Yeah, it is getting a little chilly. It's been cold out here. Jay, if you want the link, I'll send it to you, man. If you let me know, send me a message if you want to come up. Let's make these things that. Freebird, thank you. Gifted 5 memberships. Yeah, Mikey. Man. Yeah, it did. You know what? You don't mind? All right. So let me see if I can put this video on for you. Oh shit! I don't know if you. Yeah. Let's see if I can take the music out and play. Actually, it's just a beat. So, but the only thing is, this one I pulled up. Is that too small?
So it's a little
Like, can
small.
you? Yeah, but can you see it? What about in
Like,
the chat? Can you guys see this in the chat?
it's a little small on my end, but like I'm on my phone, bro. So you got the
All right.
laptop
What
in
if
front
I
of
go
you.
like this though? Can
Yeah,
you
that's a
see it?
little bigger. Yeah, I can see that now. If I hold on, let me if I bring it up. Oh yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Yeah, I got that.
Let me see, Mikey, because I gotta.
Yeah, I can see that, bro.
I'm just gonna go to the bathroom real quick, and then I want you to watch this. But I'm
Got you.
gonna come back and watch it with you.
All right.
But check this out.
It's an invitation, yeah, to the innovation.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
To the whole nation.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
But this case is a little different.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson. Go ahead, Mr. Jackson. Go ahead, Mr. Jackson. Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
Did John O'Keefe?
Dirty Kevin from South Boston. From South Boston.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
John O'Keefe.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson. Go ahead, Mr. Jackson. Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
But this case.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson. Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
But this case.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson. Go ahead, Mr. Jackson. Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
But this case.
Damn, man.
What's up, buddy?
Hold on 1 second. Nah, I'm reading this right there. Oh man, Amphetas, Nicole out of
Yo,
Malta
Nicole.
District. Yeah, she was mad cool. I think Jay, that's who I thought the other like 2-3 weeks ago when we got that email and I said, bro, I think it's a PO, or I said it to you. I think I said it to you, Mikey. I said,
Yeah,
yo,
we were talking about. We tried to figure out who it was.
yeah, her name was Jen. I think it
Jen,
was
that's right.
Jen. Yeah, Jen something.
I had Cynthia Russell, that black lady. I don't know if you remember her.
I don't know.
Yeah, she's been there for a minute, dude. She's still there. Yo, speaking of St. Rocco, I invited her to the feast.
Oh yeah, I remember her. I
Remember her?
Yeah. I
Yo,
think
I think
didn't she come to the feast one
she
year?
did. Yo,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah.
that year I
remember.
invited.
Yeah,
She came, bro.
you invited her. I remember that.
I brought her to the crib. I was like, "Yo, come by." I was trying
Damn.
to manipulate the whole situation. You know what I mean?
God damn, you better calm down. We got a PO in here right now. She'll lock
Yo,
your ass
we're
up.
talking 15 years ago. I was a young, idiot back then, but
Man.
it's all about growth, James.
Yeah.
It's all about growth,
It's
brother.
all about growth. It's all about growth. So you didn't just peep the video.
I saw a little bit of it, bro. I had,
All right, but you
I had
gotta
to use the
really
bathroom.
watch it, bro. I know, me too. I had to go to the bathroom too. That's why I put it on. I put the shit on you. I figured I would, throw this on you. Let me go do my thing. All right, Jackie and Feathers, what up? Nikki C Life. What is that? Nikki C. Life is hell. Life isn't that bad.
Nah,
come on.
Life is what you make it.
Life ain't that bad. All right, so Mikey, you gotta really pay attention because every time I watch this video, I find something new. I know it's small. I'm trying to see if I can stretch it out. I'm not sure.
All right, let me sit up for this. Let me sit up for this one, man. Let me adjust this so I can get in there and check it.
Man, you got you. Yeah. All right, ready?
Yeah.
It's an invitation, to the innovation.
Go ahead.
Okay. So he's on the phone texting right there.
Yeah, but don't. All right.
To the whole nation. To the whole nation.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
But this case is a little different.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson. Go ahead, Mr. Jackson. Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
Guys, calm the fuck down. JFK.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
Did John O'Keefe.
Dirty Kevin from South Boston.
Oh shit, my bad. So check this out. This dude right here with the Harley Davidson that was just texting. That's the ATF agent.
Okay, that's Higgins.
Yeah, that's the ATF agent. That's Brian Higgins. He is going behind John. Yeah, so he's been going behind John O'Keefe's back with Karen Read, who's right to the right of him in the there's two girls right here with the black jacket.
Yeah, he's trying to set something up for later.
I mean, well, I don't know what he's trying to do. He said he texted her well. That's all we know. He texted her well.
Yeah, we all know what that means.
Well, you take it. That's what I'm going to ask you at the end. So you got John O'Keefe. He's right underneath with 3-2. He's right there, so he knows something's not right because watch the rest of this shit. This shit's wild.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
He's John O'Keefe.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
Yeah, JFK. I tried.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
This fucking loser.
Go ahead, Mr.
Oh, my bad. Did it again. So they're all getting ready to leave. Look at this. They're getting ready to leave right now. The guy was ready to leave. So the woman right there, that's Brian A's wife. She's walking out. Brian A's got the black hat on, the winter hat. His brother is Chris A. He makes pizzas. you guys might have a little fucking something in common. You both. Well, he's a pizza man. Now watch this. Why the fuck is a pizza man manhandling the ATF man? Disclaimer, like this.
But this case.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
Oh, whoa, 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 what was that? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
Hold on, who are you talking to?
Yeah.
Now look at John O's
Go ahead, Mr.
reaction.
Jackson.
You? I'll slap the dog
This
shit
case.
out of this guy. Look at him.
Go ahead, Mr.
One of these,
Jackson.
Mikey.
Yeah. Just, yo, he gave it, yo, stop that
Here comes
Go ahead,
the
Mr.
real
Jackson.
dude. Fuck that dude, yo.
Look at
Yeah. What's up?
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
The speed is ridiculous.
static.
I know, yo.
The go ahead, Mr. Jackson sounds like it goes to the speech, JFK. There it is.
This case.
This case. Yo, we stay at the waterfall, man. We definitely stay at the waterfall. So, seeing what you saw, not knowing much except this from what you know, what do you think could have perspired? So, let me just break it down real quick. A guy was there that was flirting with, so it would be like you having a girl, me going to a bar, or being there with my buddies, you showing up with your girl that I'm already talking to,
Yeah.
and hooking up with on the side, but you don't have an idea. You kind of do, but you don't.
Right.
You come hang out, all that shit takes place, all this, all the fucking. What do you think is happening in that situation?
Well, as you can see by like their
Play.
emotions and what they're
Hold on.
going on right there, bro.
Go ahead, Mikey. I'm gonna let it play while you. I'm just gonna turn it down. Hold on.
All right. So if I had to guess, he's texting her or whatever. He's texting her like, "Yo, are we
well.
good? Well, are we? What's up for later? Or was it? Why did you bring him here? What's going on? Are you trying to cause conflict, static? You know, because women be doing."
Hold up, disclaimer. You say you're trying to cause conflict or
Right.
static.
When you, especially when the alcohol is flowing.
Oh,
you know,
paused, bro. Your face, I'm sorry, the way it came up. It's all good.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, but
No,
no,
you're good.
when you get alcohol into the mix.
Yeah, and they were they were drinking all day. They came from here, let me break it a little backstory. They just came from New York. You know that ride from back and forth to New York. They went out there for a police officer that died's funeral or some shit. They all went out there.
So then they're kicking it afterwards.
Then they come back to Boston.
Mm-hmm.
All those four are in the car. You don't think that ATF agent brought up to them, "Yo, I've been hooking up with dude's girl on the side"? On that 4-hour ride.
It's a possibility. You know,
you know that ride, bro.
It's a long ride. Yeah, you got to talk about something. You know.
Shit. So go ahead. What else you think you saw on that?
Well, like I said, you got the alcohol flowing. You got her walking in with him, and her also playing games with the other dude. You know, so he's texting her, going, "Hey, what's up for later? Maybe, or are we still on, or what? You know, we could have said whatever the hell he said." You know, then like I said, you got the alcohol flowing. You got who was the dude that grabbed the arm like that?
That was the pizza man, Chris A.
Oh.
He's
All right,
also yeah, I know that was small JFK. That was real small for him to see, but he's seen the big one, so he has an idea. I know it was small. He's seen it. Did you see it, Jay? Did you? Because that's what I asked in the chat. Can you guys see it? Did you see it?
Well, he's seen it a million times, I bet.
Nah, but he's saying, did he see it? Yeah, he's seen it before, but he's asking because it was small. That's why I asked the chat, can you guys see it, or else I wouldn't have played it.
Yeah, I mean, I vaguely seen that. Like I said, bro, I ain't hip to
JFK
all this
dreams
shit.
about it. He said, I dream of it.
Of
Nah,
course he
for
does.
real, man. I feel like when I wake up, I'm like, damn, am I in the waterfall? But
Right.
oh no, Luna's next to me. Word, I'm home. Nah, for
That's
real,
true.
we're there every fucking night, bro. And it's like, I know that was small. The video, it's hard to see.
It's hard to see. It was hard
Yeah,
to
it was
grasp
small, but
what was going
it
on.
was crazy too because I had said, and I like to. Let me just get a little backstory on why the video was small. Mikey's got my back on this shit because he watched, and JFK also because I was trying to explain to him because this is how it gets in this shit. You gotta. Because before you got to prepare, right? So every show me and JFK do, we try to get in contact with each other. The last 2 days have been tough. I messed up my knee. So if we do a show, we're doing it on the fly. So all you people that out there that want to say, whatever, we're doing shit on the fly, trying to do a show. So earlier, before I even played that small clip, I saw it was small. I'm an editor. I edit videos. I know what I'm doing. So when I edited it, that was for a short. When you edit a short, it has to be a certain size. So that one was for the short. So I'm like, damn, I'm going to show this to Mikey, but he's not going to see it because it's small. So now I go back into edit it, try to make it bigger, then download it. Then I'm like, oh shit, I told these people I'm going to be live at 6. So all these things are going through my mind and I'm just like, shit, what am I going to do? I'm like, you know what? I said, Mikey, you've seen the video enough times. I've showed it to you. I've talked about it a million times with you all day. I got to show it to you like this. This is how you're going to see it. I'm sorry. JFK making me crash out, ready to jump on the next bird to Atlanta. Oh, shit. Nah, man, I ain't crashing out. But, yo, you know how it goes, man. You know how it is. So it was just one of them things, man. I did try. Actually, man. Yo, I got receipts.
Yo, hold up one sec, Jay. One sec.
Go ahead.
Let me check something.
Do your thing, man. Do your thing.
I gotta try something real quick.
Do your thing.
Word up, Johnny. Thank you.
Do your
Johnny
thing.
D in there. Johnny D coming through.
Johnny
Through in the
Dizzle.
clutch. Jigga JD coming through in the clutch.
Johnny Dizzle. That's another story for another day.
Yeah,
My man,
we'll have to talk about my brother one other time, man, because he's done some great
things too, man.
Some good things.
His brother played basketball overseas. Oh yeah, earlier JFK said you're cool with his brother, Robbie.
Robbie, I know. Yeah, I'm not like best friends or anything, but yeah, I definitely know who your brother is, bro. Absolutely. Hold on.
I think they had you cooked or some shit in the North End for them one night. But Robbie, yeah. Yeah, I'm calm, fuck down. I did though. I'll tell you, I don't know why it didn't upload to or download. But Jay, check this
James,
out.
can you play that video again?
Yeah.
Hold up. You know why? I'll tell you why. I put it on my television in the background.
Oh, it might be a little bigger.
Blew it up. So now I'm watching the show as we're doing it.
Oh, okay.
And I might be able to see it better.
All right. We want these stories real life. That's what's up. Look at that, Mikey.
I'm always thinking, buddy.
Yo, check this out. I don't know if you can see this. I don't know why. It says, "Welcome to Death Row." Yeah, Mikey, you gotta turn the TV down though. I can hear the the.
Oh, all right, word.
You know what I'm saying? Just put it on mute.
I got you. Are we good, right?
Yeah, we good. All right, you ready to watch this? You want to
Yeah,
watch
yo,
it?
put that shit back on. Now I can see it bigger. Okay, now, yeah, a lot better, bro. A lot better.
It's an invitation, yeah, to the innovation.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
To the whole nation. To the whole nation.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
But this case is a little different.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson. Go ahead, Mr. Jackson. Go ahead, Mr. Jackson. Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
Did John O'Keefe?
Dirty Kevin from South Boston. From South Boston.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
John O'Keefe.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson. Go ahead, Mr. Jackson. Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
But this case.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson. Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
But this case.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson. Go ahead, Mr. Jackson. Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
Holy shit, Patrick.
But this case.
What do you think?
Well, let me put it to you this way, man. Anyone who's ever been to a bar knows that type of like movement, that type of
Nah. You can't say everybody.
not everybody. You're right.
Because
You're right.
there's
you're
a
right.
lot of people that gloss over that, and they say me and JFK are crazy for even thinking this. So
Okay.
not everybody. No, you gotta throw up the disclaimer, bro, because not everybody knows
right.
about that. And,
You're right.
and
Not everyone's about that life, and not everybody's. All right. I feel you. You're right. Just from behavior alone, it looked like there was a lot of shit talking going back and forth. I don't know what they were saying. I wasn't there, so I can
No,
only
but
assume.
it looked like there was shit talking. You're saying?
It looked to me like they were going back and forth a little bit. Yeah, I mean, from what I saw, just from their, actions, the way they were looking, the way they were moving, the way they were interacting with each other. I mean,
now let me just throw you this too. Mind you, the ATF agent that got manhandled by the pizza man, when he took the stand and when they did cross-examine, they asked him if he said goodbye to anybody, and his testimony was, "I don't think I said goodbye to anybody." He just said he walked out, didn't say goodbye to nobody. You don't
No,
think
there was definitely words said before.
you don't
that.
think he would remember the pizza man
Somebody
doing
grabbed,
this?
yeah.
You don't think and John O'Keefe saying you, me and you?
That's right, me and you right now.
You know,
Yeah.
and I said this, me and JFK, a couple, I don't know what show we've had, you know, one of our shows, I said, nobody fucking does a heel toe for no, you don't just bust out a heel toe for no reason. You do that to amp yourself up. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
So seeing all that and knowing a little bit about a little, you know, what you know, what do you think? What do you take? What's your take on that, man?
Well, like I said, I don't know exactly what was said between them. Nobody does unless you were there. So for me to make an opinion, it would just be they definitely got into some shit. They were definitely heated about something. Some type of conversation was going down. People were like either holding them back or edging them on. You know, you don't know what was said. Somebody was like, all right, hold up, maybe, you know, keep it moving. Then you see John O'Keefe being like, all right, me and you, dude, let's go, you know. So they were definitely shit talking across the bar. And whoever was in that bar, whoever not to hear some of that shit, I don't know if anyone else got subpoenaed or anyone else got brought up. And they were asking them if they heard anything between these two. But words were definitely said. Text messages were definitely said. I mean, you know, sent out. So it's just a matter of opinion, man.
Yeah, my bro, the whole video, and I'm pissed that I didn't get to upload it, but that's neither here nor there. There's a band playing right next to where they are.
Yeah.
And you see an older gentleman, and that's the other thing. Like gentlemen like us, if we saw an older gentleman and he needed to come through to get by to go out, I would say, yo, back up. Dude needs to get through. These guys weren't even paying attention. They were just like still doing their thing, arguing, grabbing arms, whatever. That old gentleman was so like he looked like he was timid, nervous, or something, and walked around 2 tables just to get out. He could have just he could have just went into the door.
So my man in the band definitely felt negative energy.
My man in the band.
Yep.
Oh shit!
Right. I mean,
the man in the band.
He felt negative energy and was like, you know what? I don't want any of this smoke, yo. I'm out.
So my man Scotty, what up? Scotty does songs on Fuckery Donuts. He's done some bangers. He's done the Waterfall. I don't know if you heard that song.
Right?
JFK and James reenact the Waterfall. Yeah, shit's a banger, bro. I love listening to that shit.
It's funny as hell, bro.
We got a country banger. God damn, we might actually, yo, Scotty, we might be going to the country awards this year. Me, you, and JFK. Plus, we all bring a +1. Who's coming? JFK. We got the country banger +1. And Fettis, you going with
funny,
JFK?
Dude. It is funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring my mod. Not you, Patrick. Calm down. Disclaimer. I'm bring Pepper. Nah, Patrick's my boy too. He's a good dude, man. I met him out actually the day I went to the courthouse. I met Patrick. Patrick holds it down. He's like, you know, he's that security. Oh, and Fettis said, "Yup, she's going with JFK. It's a date. You're there, and Pastor Pepper's going with me. So Jay, we're going. Scotty's married. Bring his wife. We got a fucking country banger. We're going to the Country Music Awards. Let's go. What the Duck gifted 5 memberships. Let's go. Oh, all right, Patrick. You can come, but you're not coming as my date. You can come and just do what you do your thing, man. I'll find you a date, Patrick. You coming?
Slow down, Patrick. Slow down.
Patrick's our boy, man. He's one of us.
That's all that matters, man.
Yeah, he's one of us for sure. But yeah, Pat, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said do his thing, because I didn't want to put it out there. Patrick's bodyguard, he makes sure like no one fucking gets close to Karen. No stool pigeons, no fucking cameras trying like enough. The news they get as soon as she comes out, bro. They swarm her.
It's chaos, man. It's chaos. I can only
The
imagine how
funniest
she
thing,
feels,
man. I'll tell you, man. She feels like I can't imagine what she feels.
No,
But,
man. She seems like a sweetheart, but
yeah. She's definitely a sweetheart.
but from I think when she gets a little liquid courage, man, some words come out and start flying, like
yeah,
she
but
seems
that's
like
what
that
any
type.
but that's what anything, man. Like that's a relationship where you got to understand they just came off of another trip. There's a lot more to it, so you
Right. I
can't
mean,
just.
I remember hearing about the trip down to where they went to Aruba and he was hugging on like his friend's little sister or something, and she was
I don't,
screaming across the fucking, you know, just all into it, I don't know, man. Whatever.
Bro, you never been with a girl that saw you kissing on another girl, and then your girl bugged the
Oh
fuck
my
up.
God, too many
All
of them, bro.
right,
You kidding me?
I mean that's a natural reaction in
That's
my
right.
opinion.
That's right. Well, it's
If
like we were
my
talking
girl
about
didn't do
earlier.
that,
It's like envy, it's jealousy, man. It's part of it's built in our DNA.
right? But I'll tell you, just being there and being at the courthouse and going through this ourselves. I have enough for going to court twice a month. Never mind twice a week for
Yo.
2 years of your life. You gotta just every day. You gotta,
Bro.
you gotta you know what I'm saying. And put it like this too. This is a woman that's never been in trouble. Never been in.
Never. I know.
Never had to go to court for anything, and now she's facing a murder charge, bro. That shit right there, like when people want to say like, oh, she doesn't do this, or she looks this way and doesn't look that way, or she dresses like this. What the fuck do you want her to dress like? I got yelled at the day I busted my knee. Remember I told you I wore the polos that look nice. The polo sweats. They're like $159 sweats, but I wore them black. And I'm like, I was wearing. My sister was like, the fuck you think you're wearing? Like, they got mad because I had those on. Because when you go in front of a judge, you want to look presentable. You want to look like a business.
Citizen.
Yes. Well, a citizen. There's that word, man. I use that shit because Jay said to me one night, what was it like when you met Karen? I said, it was like meeting. I said, citizen. I go, she was beautiful, and then he started dying laughing, and I go, he said disclaimer. I said, no disclaimer. I said she's beautiful. He goes,
right.
no, I'm not. He said, I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about the citizen. But then I had to break it down why we say that, because always growing up on the other side of the tracks, like,
yeah.
We grew up thinking we dream big. Like we always wanted to be, lawyer, doctor. That shit wasn't for us, man. We wanted to be, we dream big. But we saw citizens getting up, going to work every day because, I mean, shit, got the train that goes by right there, and you see them all get on the
all day long, man.
All day long. So
orange
that's
line
what I
going
meant.
back and forth. People going to work, coming back, going back.
And now look like, see, I getting shit for saying again. A citizen is a good thing to be. I'm a citizen now.
I take pride now too.
Yeah, I take pride in it. Yeah. If I see trash on the ground, I'll pick it up and look for the nearest barrel. That's not a citizen. That's not a citizen, I don't know what else is.
Well, let me tell you something, man. Since that whole incident that happened back in October, man, when I was sitting here just chilling in my crib, and the next thing I know, I'm being taken away from my crib and brought into a situation that I had no idea about because of some little maggot that I used to be my best friend. Like I hadn't been in the system, bro, in like 19 years, bro. I've been a citizen for the last 19 years. You know what I'm saying? I never thought in a million years, bro, that shit would end up happening to me ever
No.
again. Nor did I ever think it would happen to you again, especially where you had permission to be where you were, and they
Yeah.
still fuck with you, bro. And
But that's the thing. That's my whole point, bro. Like Karen's never been where we've
right,
been. So
right.
to see her go through this, it's
Like,
just it's very actually it's
and like,
very
dude, me, like, all, like, I can still only speak for me, and I know I can speak for you because I know, like, some of the shit you've been through, and I know some of the stuff we've been through with the same, certain somebody
yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
Malden Police
You
Department.
could
You know what I'm
talk about
saying?
that piece of shit. He's probably
Yo,
watching. Hey, how you doing? Fucking
it's been the same. We forget it. I mean, he tortured both of us for what, 5 years, man. You know, but
yeah.
like, and what, and for what? Just because
5, maybe
I'm,
you
yeah.
5.
Well, whatever. I'm just throwing a number up there, dude. It may have been longer, but
Mm.
it
Yeah,
probably.
it's
You're
been a
right. It
little
was
longer than
longer.
that. But man,
But
my point
anyway,
is
it's like,
she just never been in any
that's
situation like
right.
that. So to be able,
You
like I
don't
said,
know how to
I had
handle it.
no.
You
She's
don't.
been that's what I'm saying. She's been handling it very well. That's
Well,
what,
right. Yeah,
bro.
absolutely.
So,
But I'm saying, like, if you've never been in it, you only can do what what you're like, you're reacting as it's
but
happening. So there's nothing else to do. It's just somebody like me,
but
who's been
even
through
be
it. Like, okay, we could say this is coming next, and this is coming next, and this
yeah,
is
yeah.
coming next, and
But bro,
you have an idea.
you can say that's your opinion, and you could be that's true on some things. But I'm gonna tell you right now, like for a perfect example, last week when I was in court and the other party didn't show up and they said we're going right to trial and we want you to speak and tell us what you want today. I was shook, bro. I
Right?
was nervous, bro.
Because it
I
shouldn't be going to trial.
Nah, it was supposed to go to trial, but not that. I didn't think that day. I thought like it was basically like present your witness, the witnesses you're calling, and like evidence you're gonna bring forth, and the judge like just get everything in order. But once the judge heard that she wasn't there, she's like, "Oh, really? This is the 7th time she's done this."
That's what I'm saying, bro. I
And then
thought that
look,
shit would have been stomped right out.
but aside from that, my point is I was shook, bro. Because when she said you're going to trial, I'm
Yeah.
like, wait a second. I just had my lawyer to write up all this. All this shit is for you. Here you go. This is what you asked for today. Now she's saying, no. She's not here. We're moving right to trial at 2 p.m. She called me first, too. So it was like 9:35, 9:40. I had to stay in that in that area from 9:40 after that until 2 p.m. And that 2 p.m. they called. So it was, I mean, it sucked being there, but they called me 9:40 I never got a first call like that. And then at 2 p.m. they called me too. So, but the reason I say I was shook, and you say when people that haven't been in this situation, they don't know. Well, I've been in this situation my whole life, bro. I'm 44 years old. I've been in the system. I'm DYS kid. I graduated from my diploma says it's DYS. I graduated from the boot camp. So my point is I was still shook at 44 years old going in there in front of a judge and
Yeah,
having to
man.
deal with all that shit.
It's a
And then
scary
like
place.
yeah, and then her telling me, okay, what do you want? And then being able to speak finally after all these years being silenced by lawyers, emotions, and this and that. And like Karen can't say what she really wants to say in that courtroom. She has to whisper to Alan Jackson. She has to whisper. You know what I'm saying? Once you're represented by attorney, you can't say nothing.
That's it.
That's it. So it's like when she told me I could speak, I was like, I can speak? So I'm
know.
thinking about, I believe I can fly. All this shit's coming to my head, right? And I'm thinking I'm gonna kill it. Yeah, bro. A disclaimer on the R. Kelly shit.
How do you think R. Kelly would want to speak about it?
Right? Oh, R. Kelly he'd be like, I didn't piss on nobody. But nah, listen, bro. Disclaimer. I was thinking Jordan when I sang that song. Fuck, I didn't hear that R. Kelly shit. I'm sorry. Big disclaimer. But no, I was nervous, man, because here we are, 2.5 years later of going to court, almost coming up on 5 years now of dealing with this, and
It's
the judge
unbelievable. It's
judge
unbelievable.
judge tells me, what do you want? And I got to say what I really wanted, and then just like I said earlier, it was like Chinese stars. Things just started coming off of my tongue. Like I knew what to say, when to, like, this is what I want. This is when I want it. I don't want nothing bad to happen to me. Like, because they were like so mad at her that I felt like I almost, like, even though my kid's mom did me dirty, like Thanksgiving Day had me, come on, man. Like,
Right.
she's done me dirty. Even though I still was up there like, Your Honor, I'm not asking for nothing bad to happen to his
That's
mom.
right, because that's not in our DNA to make shit happen for other people, bad to happen to other people. It's just not, bro.
That's his mom, bro. At the
That's
end of the
right.
day,
No doubt.
that's my son's mom.
No doubt.
Whether the situation came down to is when she asked me, so you've been in recovery for a while now. I said, that's true. And she said, what do you do to maintain that? And I told her, what I do. And then she said, she's the one that brought up that my son's mom might be under the influence. I said, well, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying she's under the influence, but what I am going to tell you is I am in recovery, so I know the difference between somebody who's just pulling the wool over your eyes or somebody who's lying to you, or I know the
active
difference.
addiction, you know the
Yeah.
behaviors, you know the
Yeah, man. She put it this way: she's not here today. We have trials. She's not here. She don't have nothing to present.
right.
She's keeping my fuck. It's just like, but it's I don't blame her as much, but it is her. It is a lot of it could be handled if she just chilled, calm the fuck down.
Right.
But the state let it go on for so long, bro. They
Right.
let it go on forever. So that's just basically. I didn't want to get off the topic, but my thing was just basically to say that even though like we're veterans in the system and like, yeah, you would think going into court that every time it gets easier. It doesn't get
No.
fucking
No
easier,
way.
bro. It doesn't get
No
easier.
way.
That's why I
No
give
way,
Karen
bro.
a lot of fucking credit, because now she also, not on top of her case, she's got the trolls on the internet. She's got fucking this, yeah, bro.
Not only that,
How is she ever going to be
not
able
only
to
that,
trust
bro,
somebody the rest of her
but
life?
she's already been through the trial, and now it's like she has to go through it all again, man. You know, one is enough, man. One is enough.
Sean
But to
Ellis,
have
my
to go through
man.
that, salute to her, man. Really,
Sean
she's a
Ellis, bro.
trooper,
She is, bro, and like,
straight up trooper. You
you
know,
know, it's just one thing that I just, when people say like, oh, all these things, I just don't understand. Obviously, these people never been in this situation where, you, it's not easy, bro.
oh
You know,
man, and let me
it's
tell you
not.
something else. Like I've been through the state, a bunch of times, man. But this time around, man, into that Moakley courthouse,
Mm,
that federal system is no joke, man. They say
it's
1:30
it's
the
a little
trial.
different.
You, you
It's a
know,
little different
I
when
was
you
in the
an
James. I was in the
alphabet
bullpen.
boys.
I was in the bullpen
White fans.
waiting, and then
Yeah,
when they say 1:30, man, your shit is at 1:30. Like
they
you
go
got a
by
trial set
months,
up for
right?
12:30. Guess what? You're at 12:30. Like those people, it's just on point, dude. It's crazy. It is crazy what's happening right now with me. All this other bullshit that's going on, but whatever, man. I ain't letting it beat me up no more, man. Like yeah, it bothers me at night when I'm not with my friends and not doing this, and I get to
Of
go
course it
lay
does.
my head down, and I try to not think about everything, but in the end, man, I got done dirty. I got you know caught up in some shit after so many years of doing the right thing, especially doing the right thing when nobody's looking, man, because that's the most important part of this whole recovery process, bro. And make sure you're doing the right thing when nobody's looking, because you can fake it till you make it, but until you start taking accountability for your own actions and your own self and actually, you know, doing the stuff that they preach and talk about, like, you're never gonna get it, man. You never get it. I'm telling you. All
Yeah.
those little sayings, take it easy, one day at a time. It's all true, man. You just gotta stack 24 hours, man. You stack 24, tomorrow you stack another 24, and then so on and so on. The next thing you know, you're 5, 6 months down the line. Then before you know it, you're a year or two down the line, and things are happening. I mean, look at how successful you're being right now, man. And like I said to you before, excuse me, I'm so proud of the man you've become, man. Really. Like, and I mean that from the heart, bro, because I've
I
known the
appreciate
struggle.
that,
I know
bro.
where you're at. I know where you've been. I know how much you love your son and what you're doing to try to get him back, man. And this could end up like being ugly in the end, because you never know how it works, man. The judge could be in a pissed off mood that day. You just don't know. So
I mean, it's been ugly, bro. I mean,
I know it has, bro.
it's just like, to me, I feel like it's gone on way too long, and
Way
then
too long.
for them to finally be like, you know, we see what's going on here. We see what she's doing. It's like,
And
hello,
can I just say another thing real quick, James?
yeah.
Like, I know how much you love your son, man, because we had little James with us. I mean, little Jaden with us at the Super Bowl parade. He was on my shoulders, man. We got pictures and everything. Point being is like you've been fighting this fight for so long now, right? And not only that, but like Jaden's gonna be 18 soon, bro. And
Well,
then
yeah, he's 16 now. He
right.
just
In
turned
two
16
years, man,
November.
like, yeah, people are like, oh, why don't you just, do nothing for 2 years, bro? Keep yourself away from all the bullshit. And, but no, man, that's your son. That's your son, bro. You've been
Right.
fighting this long. Why are you gonna stop now? You're gonna fight for him for the rest of your life. Doesn't matter if he's 16, 17, 18, 35, 45. For as
Bro,
long as you're his father and
I'll
you're
tell you,
around, man,
man.
you're gonna fight for him, man. And I say but Fangool to all the other people that are talking shit. That's
I
what I say,
appreciate
man.
that,
Keep
bro.
doing what you're doing, man, because I know you're a good dad, man. I've seen it. I've seen it with my own eyes, bro. And but nobody that has, that's my boy right there doing big things.
I appreciate that, bro. It means a lot. I mean, you,
Hell yeah, man.
your mom, your brother, your grandparents.
Oh my God, my
Rest
grandfather
in
loved you,
peace.
man. R.I.P. Tony P. For real.
They loved it. They took my son in like he was one of theirs, man. And it's like, I mean,
You
well,
know
that's
how
how
we
they are
do.
with me. And it's like, my son was even. It was, they held him on a higher pedestal because it was my son. Like, and
That's
Jaden
right.
was, as soon as he came here, it was like your mother's meatballs and the
That's right.
sauce. It's just family, man. And
Yep.
that's the things. Like, let me just get to this real quick, Mikey. TG, James, a day at a time. Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's right. Stack
What the
24s, man.
what the duck? I don't know all the details of your life, and it's not for me to know. What I do know, should be proud of who you are now. You are a good human, and we see your heart. Keep showing up because you are loved and appreciated. With the duck, I appreciate you.
That's
That
what's
means
up,
a lot.
man. You are loved and appreciated, bro. And it's not just around the city we live in and the people that we grew up in. I mean, there's a perfect example of it right there. What the duck. Shout out.
Seriously, man. Serious.
Huh?
Oh man, I tell you, and I saw Kelly Reed earlier too. I don't know if she's still here. Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate you. You already know that. Pastor Pepper, everybody, all these people in the chat, man. Mikey, it's like trying to build a brand from the ground up. It's like, what am I gonna do after this is over? And what I choose to do, because that's what I see a lot of these people, they call it your content creator by default. YouTube labels you a content creator. I don't see a lot of content being created. I see a lot of different things. Jackie James will get him. Oh, I definitely believe I will get him no doubt. I'm actually, I just want to get that letter in the mail. It should be here any day. It wasn't here today. I was hoping it was here today, but sometimes the mail comes late on the weekend, so we'll see. But yeah. So shit, I always lose track of what I was saying. Shit.
Well, no, we were just talking about how resilient Karen Reed was, going through this shit. And then, like I said, you got on the topic of yourself being in court and myself being in court. And, like I said, we've been through it a few times, so we know what to expect and not to expect, but it's never fun going there, man. And that, like her going there and doing what she's doing, like somebody that's never been through the system, man. Whew. That's gotta be, you talk about headaches and anxiety.
She's got a great support system as far as attorneys, family.
Absolutely.
Her family's there every day.
Your uncle?
That my uncle's there. That shit hits different. It hits different, bro, because when I'm in court and I'm just there with like my sister, and I'm still grateful that my sister will come with me. It's just one person. Like Karen's got a whole, outside is crazy. I mean, now this trial is gonna be different. It's gonna be they ain't gonna be able to go near the courthouse, and it's gonna be
they set up a restricted area. It's been
they got that buffer
blocks, dude.
And that's crazy because what happens to the businesses around those like from what I got being there that day, those businesses do well, bro.
That's it's revenue.
So if I was those businesses, if any of these businesses watch any of these channels, I would complain to it probably ain't going to get far because you got Chris A on the select board and he's a fucking witness in the case for a murder trial. This shit is just weird. But anyway, what we were talking about was after this Karen Reed case is over, what are these content creators going to do? And there's very few. Like I see, and I have probably a mental list in my head of ones that will still stay around. And I know, being on the side of where I'm at, we're going to be all right. Like it's going to be all right, man. As long as you got to, how do I say this? Because you're talking about doing your thing, right? You want to do your show.
Yeah, I'm thinking about, like I said, we were talking earlier, me and you, and I think it would be a good idea. You have conversations like this, but in the kitchen.
Yeah,
we'd be sitting there chilling.
Conversations in the kitchen.
Convos in the kitchen. We'd be chilling. We could be cooking meals. Then we sit down and eat like gentlemen. We could bring people in, invite people over, just show them how we do things. Just be ourselves, man. Because this, in the end, bro, all we got is ourselves. I'm me and you're you, but together, we can create something beautiful.
Right. So this is from Eileen Del Rosa. She said, "Can you please explain the bafangu meaning?" My very favorite Italian phrase.
All right.
So Mikey, go ahead. Johnny.
Basically, bafangu. Bafangu basically means
faccia culo così.
Faccia culo così, yeah. It baffangu la manneggia la miseria. Listen, these are all old Italian sayings my grandfather used to say to us, And he when he got angry, he would speak in Italian to us, and like we wouldn't understand all of it. Trust me. But baffangu basically is, in layman's terms, go fuck yourself,
Go fuck yourself.
It's just a nicer way of saying it, I guess, because the people that don't understand it, it could also mean, go to hell. It could also mean, get the hell out of here. It means you ain't worth my time. There's a whole bunch of meanings behind that.
That's right, Patrick. And that's the thing. Pat, my man says right there. You see that, Mikey? Food brings people together.
Yeah, you're right.
And that's what
Nothing
we're
like
trying
a good meal together,
Right.
That's right.
And the thing here, Patrick, is Mikey's a chef, man. He can cook
Yeah, we'll
that
be
real
whacking up.
food.
We'll be whacking up all
So
sorts of shit, man.
so there's a lot of stuff here that we're gonna talk about, you know,
lot of
and
love. A
it's
lot
cool.
of
It's
love will
like
go into the food.
yeah. So a lot of love will go into the food, and then just sitting down like gentlemen, having a conversations in the kitchen, and that's simple
All
as
it is,
that.
man.
So
It's a very basic thing, and it's just
and
what
that's
people
it,
do
man.
all day. You know.
You got the fuckery donuts. So it starts there, right? Well, it starts with, you know, Young Jerks, fuckery donuts. Um, the late fuckery donuts went to Flying Airlines. Now you got the layover with James Jackson, and now we're gonna bring to you convos in the kitchen. I mean, this is what I mean. It's about creating content after this is over. Are you a content creator, or are you labeled that by default? So I hope people will be able to still stick around. You know, the people that I've made relationships with through disclaimer, not relationships like anybody else gonna say, but, you know, like made friendships with through the
Acquaintances
internet.
with
Yeah,
friends.
no,
Yeah,
I made some
all of it.
friendship. Yeah, all that. I would love to see
Associates.
everybody. Yeah,
Yeah.
like bro, I'm not no professional at this shit. I mean, I have 124 people right here live right now. We had more earlier. I'm sure there's other creators on that are bigger, and that's fine. Like, you got to start somewhere, Mikey. So that's what I'm saying.
That's
But
what's up, man. You know.
there's a lot of stuff, but 124 people in here on YouTube. That's good to keep a steady flow, and
Yeah.
that's what you want to do. You want to keep people engaged, and
That's right. And you know what else, man? Soon enough, when the timing's right, like you were talking about everyone that, you know, down the line, how we create, you know, you guys created this and then this and then this. You get all those people together, man, and we have a nice sit down like gentlemen, and we have a nice meal. We talk about it, talk about life. You talk about, you know, our kids, our families, you know, and just keep it real, man, you know, because real recognizes real. And if you don't, then I don't know what to tell you, you know.
straight up.
You
JFK
know,
said that's a full plane. Yeah, we full, man. We're full over here. JFK, I don't
trying
know
to
if
be,
you're in the
man. We trying to
chat.
be. Shout out JFK. That's what's up, man. You know.
I don't know if you was listening, but we have a, you know, this already, that we have a country banger, and we will be going to the country awards this year. And M Fetters said she's gonna go with you. I'm gonna take Please Pass the Pepper, and Scotty's gonna take his wife, and we're gonna have a great fucking time. Kevy Kev's gonna wait for us outside. He's gonna be the chauffeur, and that's it.
And I'll
That's right.
and I'll cater it somewhere along the line.
Yes, and Mikey he'll cater it somewhere down the line. We'll meet up. We'll meet up. Well, at least
No
we got
doubt.
the Italian clubs now. You know, that's something we've been talking about.
Yo, I've
And
been trying to get you down to the Citizens Club for months now, bro.
well, you know,
I know you've been busy.
no, it's
I
not
know.
just that. I'm happy to, because we've been talking about this. We want to have a spot where we can just like, so we
Set
have
up
this
shop and just
plan.
kind of chill.
Well, that too, but we want to be able to bring everybody as like even people in the chat. So we're, me and JFK got this plan to, he'll be here soon, April. It's gonna be a full plane. Like he said, we're gonna have a lot of shit going on. There's a lot to come, you know, and it's all real, man. It's from the heart. It's from experience. It's
Real recognize
awareness.
real, man. That's it.
But at the end of the day, with this case going on, and all the long game is, all the people in the layover, all the people that are here for real conversation, all the people that are here for the other creators, we're all going to be in this, and we're going to all witness Karen Read be free. 2025 free Karen Read is going to happen. And when that happens, it's going to be a beautiful thing, because all of us will witness this together, you know. And that's why. So that's just my take home point with it, Mikey. I look at it like, for the people that talk shit and want to say this and say that about her. Look what she's going through, man.
You know what?
Going
And
to
you know
court.
what? And all those people that talk shit about you guys and in the chat and whatever, they want to talk this, blah blah blah. Guess what, bro? They'll be on the next flight listening.
Hold on. Before, yeah, for sure. Before I end this, JFK wants to know, because let me see. I mean, we could rock out for a little bit more. JFK wants to know what you think of the video. So you still got it on the TV?
Yeah, I do. I
All
mean,
right.
like I was saying earlier, dude.
Jackson.
I just
Hold on
think,
one second. I'm gonna let you watch a little bit of more of it, because I want to be able to narrate it to you too. At the same, all right. So like right here, this guy, that's Higgins, who she was having the affair with, or whatever you want to call it. Disclaimer: I don't want to say affair because some people say, she wasn't having. Let's just say someone she was talking to on the side as she was dating John O'Keefe.
Right.
They weren't. Her and John weren't married. They just started dating. But still, if I'm bringing home you to my kid, and you're doing something in the house while listen, man, I'm a different guy than Higgins. This shit would already been over with, but that's just me. So anyway, he did that. He was doing that behind John O'Keefe's back. Now, like I said, she's next to him to the right. He's acting like he's not texting her, but she's right next to him with her friend. She's like,
so there's a whole bunch of sneaky shit already starting off.
But you got to look at this too. A week prior, because this is important. So a week or two prior, they were already texting behind his back. He had an idea of it. Actually, he invited him to the crib, and this guy here, this piece of shit that's lit up with his phone, he went to the house to watch the Patriots game, but really went over there and was hitting on dude's girl, kissed her in the garage before he left. So, and calling him his boy at the same time.
Yeah, that's just foul, man. That's
what I want. So then,
I don't appreciate that shit, but
like I said, he went to New York prior to him getting to this bar. Now, mind you, me and JFK went there. It's tiny, bro. It's so small in there. It's smaller than Jimmy O'Keefe's.
Okay.
And it looks bigger because it got the fisheye lens, the camera up in the corner. But prior to them even showing up there, they just got back from New York. The guy, Brian A., who he's with, Brian Higgins, who's texting Karen, Kevin Albert was in the car, and another guy was in the car. But the two that so that's what my point is with the New York shit. They were driving back. It took 3 to 4 hours to get back to Boston.
Easily, depending on what part of New York you're in, but definitely 4 hours.
So this guy now for a week, 2 weeks, he's talking about. He's going behind John O's back. Now Brian Albert knows John O'Keefe. All these people in the car know John O'Keefe. So you don't think this dude brought it up and said to them, "Yo, I'm talking to his dude. What should I, or whatever." However it came up.
Maybe should he keep this little side thing going?
Yeah, should I keep doing it? Whatever. What do you guys think? He said it didn't come up.
How do you feel?
He said it just stayed between him and her, which I don't know. It could have, very well could have. But tell me what you think with this. What you see. Oh, you can't hear that?
Nah.
Oh, it's not playing with the
Nah, no sound.
I took the sound off.
Like I said before, bro, there's definitely a lot of negative energy in the place. You got, like I said earlier, my man in the band, he's walking around 2 different tables.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because he could feel the energy,
Yep.
And like you said, it's a small place, right? It's a small place. So, you got my man in the band, he's dipping out the side door trying anyway, or a back door, because he knows what's about to go down. All right. it may not have officially went down there, but this is where, you know, the seed was planted. No
Right.
doubt about it.
Well, that's the thing we was talking about on the last show. It's like it had to start somewhere, right? This shit all had to start somewhere.
Yeah,
So
the seed was definitely planted here, and then it just grew into what it grew into.
then so
But it
after
grew awfully fucking fast too, man. You know?
so Eileen Delarosi says, "You start with basics and build even if we don't know every wait. You start with the basics and build even if we don't know every next step. Very proud that you are so courageous." They kissed, and first time ATF agent ever text John O'Keefe was, "Are you coming to the Albert?" Shady as shit.
Oh,
And
no
that
doubt.
is true. So that was what
doubt
she's
about
referring to is after this. So this is playing. I don't know why the beat. That's why. So this after this shit happened, he's texting John O'Keefe, "Are you coming here?"
Right.
Why text him that? If that's your friend, why not just walk over to him? Because now look at this part right here. Watch this. Right here. If you're just texting him, come over here. What's going on right here, Mikey?
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
Look at that.
But this case.
Something was being said.
That's
obviously.
a pizza man.
Go ahead,
These
Mr.
two
Jackson.
look at. I don't know. Look at now. What's he doing? Just look at John.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
Care less.
Yeah. Maybe he was telling him, "Are you going to handle this or not? What are you doing?"
But this case.
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
Dude, it's so hard to say. It really is. But like from the energy that I'm looking at and people's,
Go ahead, Mr. Jackson.
you know, body language, man, body language speaks volumes, you know. Definitely aggressive. Definitely
Go ahead,
aggressive
Mr. Jackson.
behavior, Kev. No doubt.
Heavy Kev.
Heavy
Thank
Kev,
you, bro.
yeah, it's definitely aggressive behavior. There's no question about it. You know, and if anyone who's been in a bar that knows that type of situation, you can feel that energy out. You can feel it in the pit of your stomach before it even happens.
But this case.
You know, it's just, it's wild, man.
It's crazy, man.
Wild shit, bro. This whole friggin' thing is wild. And like I said earlier, Mel, I think every single person in that house knew what the fuck happened. But since these people are all seasoned veterans of the police department and have wives and daughters and sisters and cousins and nieces and nephews who've been part of the police department in that little clique their whole entire lives, man, they know what to say and what not to say, bro.
Exactly.
You know,
Got-
and then that woman,
Yes,
I forget her name,
pajamas.
but she was on there saying how long for a body to freeze and, you know, die out in the cold like that, yo.
Yeah, that's
You
Jen
know?
McCabe. She said, "How's long to die in the cold?"
Yeah, I mean, dude, there's just so many shady shit. And then then the other dude's banging his girl, and you know he
No,
just happens to call or whatever the hell that was all
Oh,
about. You know,
disclaimer that we don't know for sure, and if that took place, if they
Yeah.
had sex, I mean, they said they didn't. I mean,
Okay.
why would they both say that? If anything, you would think that he would say that. You
Right,
know,
maybe.
yeah, but for whatever reason, they said they did it. They said it got weird. So, yeah, that's one thing.
like I said, bro, you know more about it than me. I'm just
Well,
flying
all
off
right.
the handle, you know?
Here's a question. Here's a question. This is honest, and nobody's gonna be upset with you. This is real shit. I'm gonna put this question on the
Right.
screen. I want you to answer as real as you can.
All right.
You see it?
I see it now. I see it now. I think she's not guilty.
Okay. Why?
I just don't see it. From what I've seen of her, I don't see it in her that she could have possibly done this. No
But
way.
aside from her, like what she looks like.
And plus, from what I've seen from the cops, and plus what I've seen from the trial that I know about, like them dudes that first of all, the trooper, what's his name? He got fired, right? What did he get fired for? You got an investigation doing
Within
an
16 hours, he's
investigation,
texting. Yeah,
right?
exactly, bro. Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, they're
You sound like
investigating an
Uncle Vinny. Yeah,
investigation, so
yep.
there's some shady shit going on. Obviously, he obviously got fired. Then that camera angle from when he was, taking the tail light, that was reversed. So when they finally showed the real angle, there he was, dude, right there. And then all of a sudden, there's 57 pieces of the tail light on the goddamn floor,
How
on
about
the
this
ground.
though, Mikey?
Come on.
How about this? He was found on a police officer, right? The guy that was in Boston, Donnie Wahlberg's Boston Finest. He was found on Big Bad Brian A's fucking front lawn. The guy's
Right.
he's a first responder. He
Right.
knows all that shit. He's
Yo,
Green
and he didn't even
Beret.
go out the house.
He didn't come out of the house, bro.
I
When
mean,
the cops got there, they didn't put yellow tape that shit
come
off.
on, bro.
When the lady called 911, she didn't say officer down. She said there's a guy on the ground. This is your friend you've been hanging with. He's just a guy on the ground to you,
Right.
Bro, there's just a lot of suspect shit.
Yeah, and they're all saying he never even came in the house.
You're saying he never came in the house.
Yo,
11 people left that house. 7 people. One person left twice. Went back in to get his jacket.
and they never saw the dude. Come on.
And they never saw it. Now, mind you, JFK and I went to 34th. We were actually invited by the new owners. They said pull in. So we were like, whatever. We pulled in. They come on in, they said. All right, we're coming. Calm the fuck down. So we pull in. We check out how big the driveway is. Bro, the yard is tiny.
Right.
Tiny. It's like where my parents live. It's like the front yard.
That's it.
You're gonna tell me 7 people come out of my crib where I grew up,
right,
and not see so let's say me laying on the ground.
Yeah, dude, it's impossible. That's a cover up.
You got your blinders on. You're not gonna look like.
Oh,
bro,
yeah.
It's
they
natural.
had James, they had the blinders on, because they all saw what happened that took place in the house.
Exactly. So it's a lot, man. It's a lot to take in.
So then they're trying to pin it on this whole, fear thing, whatever it was, blah blah blah. Like, come on, yo. You murdered that dude. Or maybe they didn't murder him in the house, but they beat him enough to where he was laying in the cold like that and couldn't get up or do anything.
And they beat him enough. Do you remember years back when my cousin threw the egg at the car?
Oh, right. And the dude got out.
Yeah, and punched him, and he fell back and hit his head on the curb.
Hit his head on the ground, right.
He died right away. He died. He died at the hospital, but that's because somebody called 911 right away.
Right.
If he was laying like that, he would have died.
Yes.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think they like necessarily. Oh, he come back to us, we're killing him.
Right.
I think it was a fight that some shit. It went a little further.
Something went a little haywire, and they were like, "Yo, we got to fix this right now," and they spent probably endless hours in the goddamn house, all them people getting their story straight, figuring it all out, figuring how they could fucking do everything, because they had, like I said, they got seasoned detectives. They were all cops. They were all part of this little Norfolk County clique. I don't buy it for 1 second, bro. I don't buy it for 1 second. You're getting rid of phones. You're getting rid of evidence. You're doing this. Like, why? If you're not guilty, bro. I mean, if you're like, if you got nothing to do with anything, and you're on the right path in life, and you're living righteous, and you're not have anything to lie about, you have no problem saying anything and telling the truth, because it's just, like, I feel bad for that girl, man. For that woman, it's crazy, bro. They're doing this woman wrong.
JFK said Brian A., Boston police detective, would have called it in That's right. So he's saying would have called in that call.
That's right.
Would have called back
Facts.
100 Boston
The
police
whole squad
cruisers
would have been
would
there.
have came to Canton. That's a fact, and that's just something we speak on all the time.
Now,
If
let
this,
me ask you this though: isn't it the state police that like their jurisdiction over there though?
no,
Or-
not until they were called after. First, the Canton police were called.
Oh,
911.
right. I understand now because there's a body there. It becomes the state police investigation.
Right. And now the thing is, though, if they had just said from the beginning, officer down, he's
Officer
a
down,
cop.
forget it. Anyone,
Bro,
anyone
any
within
surrounding city that heard that over their
anybody,
fucking,
right? Anyone
a
within a
guy at
5-10 mile
Target,
radius,
a
right?
guy that works at Target that carries a scanner in his fucking pocket would have drove there.
Would have showed up there, right?
You know what I'm saying, bro? They for some reason they didn't want to let that out over the scanners that it was
That's
an
right,
officer.
because it happened. Like you said, dude, something happened. A fight broke out, and you know, like we don't know exactly what happened, but something stupid happened where it was like, oh shit, we fucked up, you know, and we got to take care of this.
Yeah, Kevin. So they have a brother, right? And this is the thing. It's crazy because before John met up with them, so the pizza man works right next door. He said he spoke to John or whatever. Oh no, John allegedly went in there and bought a slice of pizza or something with his nephew, which I don't know if that. I mean, that could be true. He said. Or he spoke to Chris A. He was there earlier that day, I believe. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. But he spoke to Chris A. and he asked him which brother's there. Like he was that.
Why?
Well, so Kevin Albert hangs out with. He's like kind of clicky with the guys that were caught up with the woman, with the girl who was they found that said she committed suicide.
Right. Yeah, the one that got pregnant.
And my opinion is when John took the family, when he was like, so he became the two girl he had two niece and nephew, John O'Keefe.
Mm-hmm.
He took them on. His sister passed away. This whole story, bro. This is what got me into this shit. It's like, god damn, man, this can't get any worse. Every time it gets worse, bro. His sister passed away. Then the sisters, so she had two children.
And he took those kids on like his own.
Well, hold up. So then they had a father. Then the sister's husband passed away.
Oh,
so
Jesus.
now John O'Keefe. He was a single man living a bachelor's life. He's a Boston cop. He stepped up. He took a job, a desk job as like on the sex unit.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he was onto some shit that these guys were doing. He knew because the dude with Sandra Birchmore was doing some weird shit, and all these other cops, and Kevin A was hanging out with them. So that's why he asked which brother.
Okay. So I didn't know any of that shit, man. Now,
yeah, man,
you start connecting the dots, man. You know
what I'm
wow,
saying. All these people that other people just want to say, well, science says.
Oh, forget science, man. There's too many. Listen, do you believe in all those coincidences, bro?
Nah, man. There's too many coincidences. Too many coincidences.
You know,
and to me, it's like. That's what happened. Like John knew something. You could tell by like the kind of the way he was. You could tell
body language.
You could tell he just didn't. I would love to see his police record of his history of how he made. Because I bet you he was the type of cop. He was probably like a cop that we like a cop we grew up with. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
I can't see him being like a fucking Langston or something.
Oh God, no.
You know what I mean? I can't see him being like that.
Listen, he would do his job, but if he could cut you a break for something stupid and give give you the pep talk that you needed in order to make sure you didn't do something stupid again. That's the kind of guy I believe he was, you know.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm reading what you're, putting out there, I believe that's what you're getting at, you know. Because
Yeah,
we've known a bunch of them guys, bro.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
and it's like for him to like check the temperature of the room before he even got there. That tells
Right.
me something, bro. That tells me that he knew something was up, and he
Right.
had an idea that they knew he knew something was up,
It's crazy,
and it's
dude.
just like, bro, you got one that's connected, one's a Canton cop, one's a Boston detective, one's a Canton selectman. There's just so many connections, and then when you see the second trial, you should take the time if you really want to get into it. When you're not doing shit, just start watching it. Put it on us. Go into YouTube. Put it on us for fast speed, so you don't got to sit there in 2
No,
hours.
I know, I get it.
And
Right.
you can watch some of this trial. Just go to the testimonies. You'll be like, what the fuck? Like, bro, it's just unbelievable, some of the shit. And for them to find a mistrial, there's so much reasonable doubt in this case,
Right.
bro.
Right.
And then
right.
to bring Hank Brennan in, the guy who
Right.
thinks Whitey Bulger is not a rat, it's just like, wow, man.
Well,
This is,
I could speak a little bit about that, like I was
I mean,
telling you
that's
before.
kitchens in the convo, man. That's for
Yeah.
combos in the kitchen. But
We can talk about that at another time,
yeah,
Because I could talk to you about somebody I was, hanging out with, we'll call it, that was, in the same place where Whitey was, like, so we'll save that for another day.
yeah. Hank Brennan is a rat. Yeah, he is. That's right. Hank Brennan is. It's funny. I saw that the court date the other day with Turtle Boy and Yannetti was on Zoom with Karen Reed. I suppose she was there too. She asked, almost she might not have had to make an appearance for that date, but fucking Hank Brennan looked like he just rolled out of bed, dude. Yo, for real, he looked like he slept in his car and just woke up, set his alarm to go in there and fucking and do the hearing. And oh man, he felt like the man after he got that last word and then Yannetti.
Maybe he was at the waterfall the night before and just drove over.
Oh shit, that motherfucker! I swear to God, he thought he won the whole case once, because it was like towards the end. Karen Reed's attorney David Yannetti said, "Can I say one thing?" And the judge was like, "No, that's it." And Hank Brennan got the last word, and so Yannetti wanted to say something.
Right.
He's
right,
like,
right.
"Nah, that's it." And Hank grabbed his like briefcase, like, "Haha, I got the last word."
Yeah, I was gonna say, dude, there's nothing
I slept in my car.
There's nothing better than getting the last word than when you're fucking with
man,
someone.
some petty shit, man. I'll tell you, to have that pettiness in a courtroom when a woman is fighting for her life,
right.
You can't have pettiness like that, bro. Everything's got to be professional, done right. And you just just gotta do better, man.
And that's why them lawyers get the money they get, man.
That's the next question I have for you. So when this case is over, do you think these lawyers, because the lawyers are tight with her, they're friends, they're very friendly with Karen, do you think they stay with Karen, or do you think they just they move on and they go about their business?
Well, I mean, they still got to make a living, bro.
Right.
They're not going to be able to. I mean, maybe they would live the rest of their life off of this by, getting book deals and then a movie deal. And, they could maybe continue taking this all the way to the hoop like they're gonna and, ride it out until the wheels fall off, I guess. But, I mean, seeing who these guys are, I think they would probably still continue to practice law and take on.
Oh, they're definitely going to practice law, but I'm saying
they're going to just get bigger and better big cases from here on out, because if they get her off, dude, anyone, that's in some type of situation, anyone that's got money and can afford these guys, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit for these guys after this shit,
Yeah, I mean, she does. That's right, Patrick. he said, James, we all had harmonicas because Hank Brennan plays the fucking harmonica, bro. Yo, it's crazy. They do some wild shit out the courthouse, man. That's
Oh
crazy,
man.
Patrick. You guys had your harmonicas out.
So
But
they were all gigging.
yeah, he
Funny shit, bro.
what he say? He said, I think she'll end up working with them. And you know what? That's a great point, Patrick, because I think the same. Karen's so involved in this case. I mean, it's her case, bro. I do the
Right.
same shit. When I'm with my lawyers, I'm ready to fire them on the fucking spot, bro. If you don't say what I want you to say, because, bro, you can't talk. So if you don't say what I want you to say, it's like, it's hard too, because she's got you're not going to get better lawyers, but I'll tell you what, they're strategic. They're getting very strategic towards the end, like towards this new trial, because they just hired a new attorney. And you know where this attorney came from? She was a juror from the first.
That's right.
So,
I heard about that. Yeah.
So, bro.
Right. So she's gonna have the scoop of what was being talked about in the juror room, you know, and she's gonna be able to bring that perspective to all of this.
They're playing chess, not checkers, man. My friend.
That's right, buddy.
That's how it goes.
You know, what do you call them? The long gamers, right?
JFK could. No, the long game is all the people that
I know, but they're playing. I'm saying they're playing the long game here.
Oh yeah, they're playing the long game.
That's what I meant by that, right?
They're playing whist, bro. They're not playing spades.
Yeah, well, you know, whist is a gentleman's game, you know.
Right. Well,
and spades is something you learn somewhere else, but that's neither here or there either.
Yeah.
But
man,
what else was I want to say about this? Talking about lawyers, man. You know, I had to hire a lawyer, unfortunately, for the situation, and like you were saying about firing your lawyers, bro. My lawyer, like when I'm talking to him, and I got like want to say some shit that I need him to talk about, like my lawyer's a talker, bro. He loves to just tell me this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yo, man, can I get what I want to say to you, please? Because every time you say something to me, I get, lost and like get off track. And I'm like, all right, that's great. You're a talker and you can riddle the shit out of people. And I love that about him, and believe me, it's costing me enough. So he should be riddling the shit out of everybody. But at the same time, man, like you say, bro, I can't speak on anything. So I have so many things that I need to be brought up about all this stuff, So it's like, dude, all right, pump the brakes a little bit, take a deep breath, just listen to what I gotta say, all right? And if you think you can use it, great. If you can somehow incorporate it into the little spiel that you got going on, then good for us. But, hey, by the grace of God, man, I was able to stack some money from working all them years, and, I had some stuff put away and golf, it sucks that I had to use it for this kind of a rainy day, but hey, lawyers are lawyers, man, and that's who they are for a reason, and like Pat, he was saying she probably will end up working for them, who knows? She'll probably end up working as like some type of advisor, some type of like
she's very smart, man.
Some type of like, she'd be doing like investigations into people, like a PI, like private investigation, looking deeper into stuff,
she would be a great like Sean Ellis went on to talk, and certain people, schools, probation, kids on probation, stuff like that.
Like a speaker, right?
She would be like the best person to just go and speak, like, I don't know, maybe
like a motivational speaker.
I mean, she could go into like women's prisons and speak. She could do everything like that. But I think I think for her, she's got a lot, man. She's gonna do a lot of big things after this. I think Karen's gonna be good. She's gonna be set.
Well, hopefully by the grace of God, she's not found guilty of murder, and she's able to, do these things that we're talking about, and hopefully, everything does work out for her, because no way, shape, or form do I believe this woman is guilty. I think there's a cover up, and you got some of the, smartest people that are on that, workforce, like the detectives, this guy, the ATF aide, you got all these people, man, that with a lot of credentials. So, they're covering it up from the beginning, dude. I'm telling you, this lady's free, man. If you got a free Karen Reed, man.
For real.
Free Karen Reed, bro.
Free
Because there's
Karen
too many
Reed.
coincidences for this woman to be found guilty. Too friggin' many. Shit ain't right. Just ain't right. You know? Just ain't right.
Yeah, man. I got the privilege to meet Karen, and that day when I had met her, JFK had asked me, he's like, when you met her, does she seem like a person that's like lying or pulling the wool over your eyes? Or, bro, you don't get that from her. Like,
No,
I
I mean, I
showed
saw
you.
your interaction with her, dude. It seemed
Yeah,
very
you saw that.
genuine.
Yeah. It
It
was.
was very genuine. I mean, shit.
I'll tell you, man.
God bless her, man. For real.
Yeah, she and I hope that, like, it was cool because Patrick, I saw him through the left, coming up on the sidewalk saying James Jackson's here. Because he basically walks in with her and shit, make sure, like I told you, the news and all the people can't get that close to her. But
No.
it was just dope. Like the interaction, it was just perfect timing. Like her head, she was looking, and then when we met at the intersection, we talked, and her demeanor, her whole, she's just the way she carries herself, bro. It felt like
It was genuine.
yeah, man. It was one of them genuine things, like,
And you don't get that from a lot of people, man. Like my grandfather always taught me one thing: if you're gonna go in and shake somebody's hand, or like if it's a man, you look him in the eye, you give him a good firm handshake, because you only get one chance to make a first impression, brother.
Yeah,
only one, bro.
That's true. I'll tell you. I hope that we get the chance to. I mean, shit. The April 1st, it's here. I mean, I don't know if it's
3 days.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna start next week, but that's when jury selection is and all that.
It's unbelievable, man. It's just unbelievable.
Patrick, do you know if you're still in here? Do you know if actually, hold on real quick? Let me read this. Jackie said, AKA Jackie Venn. Jackie Venn. That's what's up, Jackie Venn.
We see you, Jackie.
Let me see this. Yes, we are all praying for Karen. James, I will watch your chef chats. Well, Alicia, is that how you say it? Alicia? It's Mikey. Mikey's my boy. You're going to be watching his chef chats because he's going to be starting his channel soon.
Yeah, listen, man, we're all in this together. So, everybody saying this stuff, I appreciate all the love, and hopefully it takes off soon. And, we just got to put some things together and, we're going to make it happen, man. And we're just going to try to keep this friggin' train rolling for as long as we can. Real recognizes real. I know I've said it a few times, but, in the end, man, this is what we got. We just got to be ourselves. We get to be who God intended us to be. And, we're just trying to do our thing, man. And that's it. Just keep it moving. Just keep growing, learning, That's it. That's all you can do, man. Stack 24s, like I said. Just keep stacking them. That's it.
Yes. That's so, Patrick, that's what I was going to ask you.
So jury selection will be happening on April 1st then.
He said, bring Mikey down. We'll hit the taco joint. The taco joint was fire, Patrick.
Oh, yo, I'm down with tacos, man. I like
tacos. But my question was, I know they have the buffer zone now. Does that start on April 1st, or is that when after the jury is selected? Like, can we still go to the courthouse, like outside, and do our thing, or is it? Because is the taco joint part of the buffer zone? Because if it is, that's going to be some crazy shit. We're going to have to change that. I mean, I might have to take that $200 fine to go get some of those tacos.
Yo, now let me ask you something, though, James. If say you were like just a regular dude, just wanting to go get some tacos, and you had nothing to do with that stuff. Like, are you gonna be able to get in there?
I mean, you're gonna have to argue with the stadies. You know how
Really?
that goes.
I know.
You're
Yeah,
gonna,
that's that could be a no-win situation for anybody.
I mean, bro, I'm not trying to do that. I mean, let's see. If I got April 28th. April 25th is my next time to get my. I ain't going. I ain't messing with them. We'll have Patrick mess with them.
Right.
I didn't look. What do you say? I didn't look at the area of the map. No, but I'll tell you right now, I did. And well, I didn't look at a map, but I saw it on TV, and it was far, bro. It was like the original one, and
I saw something on the TV too, bro.
It
It
showed
went
like
a few more extra blocks. Yeah.
yeah, man.
Yo.
So Patrick, you remember the original one? It showed. So first, it did like, it lit up the block where the original one was, and then it lit up like out further. So, I mean, if we have to take the $200 hit, we'll just send it to JFK and he can pay it because I need them tacos. Jay, I know you watching your diet and shit, but I like to eat those tacos, bro. Those tacos are bomb. I think I got chicken fajitas too.
Yo, let me tell you something about tacos. It's funny, man. I got ground beef in my refrigerator right now, thawing out to make tacos. Me and Johnny are gonna crush some tacos tomorrow, bro.
Crush
Yo, if you want to swing through, man, you're more than invited. You know that.
Yo, for real. I love some tacos.
Hell yeah, I got soft shell and hard shell tacos, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up. I got all the seasoning ready to go. I gotta go get a few tomatoes though and cut up some tomatoes.
I'll tell you, man, me saying this was the best thing I ever said in my life. James, you're gonna have to run across 3 lanes, maybe 4 lanes to get to Dedham Courthouse. And Fedez, you can pay the $200 fine for the tacos.
Yo, if you're talking them tacos are worth it, man, it could be worth the $200 fine to go get some tacos.
Yo, I'm serious. Patrick,
I've done craziest shit for food. That's for damn sure.
Oh hell no! Disclaimer, Patrick. Is that and Feathers? Is that It is right. $200 fine if you're in the buffer zone. First of all, why they gotta call it the buffer zone? Fucking weirdos.
Yeah, buffer. The family's got a lot of buffers, Jez.
The buffer. I mean, bro, it's wild. Like now they're saying nobody can wear pink. You can't be out there supporting Karen Read.
So all right. So you mean to tell me you're with your daughter? She's got a pink little beret in her hair, or whatever it is, and you're walking to go get some
or an
tacos.
arrest? Yo, 200 or an arrest, bro.
Oh, get the hell out of it! They got a lot of nerve, man.
Yeah, but that's
whatever
wild
happened. Whatever happened to freedom of speech, man?
That's what I'm saying. That's the First Amendment.
Why, you know what I'm saying, bro? Come on.
Yeah, but bro, that's wild. If they're even they can do that, bro.
Yo, I don't even want to say we're not. Forget it.
Yeah, no, I know. It's just crazy. No, I know. It's wild, bro. I mean, when you think about it, it's
I don't even want to say we're not thinking about freedom of the speech right now.
No, but I'll tell you right now, the kid TB, he's fighting like 6 or 7 indictments on freedom of speech, bro, and they're all. I mean,
it's unbelievable.
He's very what's the word? He's very confident that he's gonna beat these. But listen, man, if I had 7 indictments, I wouldn't. Listen, tacos would be the fucking last thing on my mind. But I'll tell you, he might, and I pray that he does. Look at here we go right here. Nancy knows what's up. Taco fun. That's right. We're gonna start raising that for First Amendment people, because if they're gonna hit you with a $200 fine or jail time, I might have to take the jail time, the 10 days. What happened? He's got 18 indictments. Yikes.
What?
Yikes.
Yo. I was under, yo, one's enough. Never mind 18, bro. That's ridiculous. Holy
Oh
shit, dude.
God damn! I got music to play. Damn, shit, Jay. I feel naked without playing something.
Wow, bro.
That shit is
18.
not 18 indictments.
Oh,
Shit. Let's pray for TB right now. Lord, hear our prayer.
that's right.
18 indictments. Lord, hear our prayer.
Yep.
18 indictments. Lord, hear our prayer. Oh, shit.
You're goddamn right, Lord, hear our prayer.
Man.
It's crazy.
All I can say is I hope somebody.
Save your soul. Hold your head. Yeah. So many died in the last couple of years. I went to jail for a stretch cause hustling was their career. And I'm like, why am I here? I did dirt, I'ma get dirt. Karma's a bitch with a short skirt. Shaking her ass, go ahead and get that ass, kid. Get found on your doorstep, laid flat, out blasted.
Yo, Jess, I can't hear you.
Casket smell of fresh flowers. Fake friends fill the room, yeah, amateur hour.
I'm not
Oh, it's
talking.
such a pity. Everybody talking that murder until the people get murdered up in the
Can't hear the
city.
song?
The truth hurt, don't it?
No.
Fucking moment of fame. If you really can't own it, you never felt the pain.
You can't hear that music?
No.
Really?
Word up.
You guys can't hear that either?
I ain't lying to you, brother.
No, I'm saying chat can't hear that?
Oh, I don't know.
Yes, we can hear. Maybe not Mikey. Maybe because on your TV.
Oh,
Man.
maybe, yeah. Yeah, maybe. Who
Yeah,
knows?
it's all good.
Yeah,
It's
whatever.
all good. Well,
good.
I tell you, I got some outro I'm gonna play because we've been rocking with you guys now. I know you guys got other shows. I just want to introduce Mikey to everybody. It's my boy. It's like my brother here. You'll see him again. You're on the
Yeah,
layover.
listen, everybody in the chat and everyone, I appreciate all the love. I appreciate, everyone showing me some love. I appreciate James. I appreciate JFK for what they're doing and bringing to this, whole scene. And, just keep on doing what you guys are doing, man, because we need people like you. And James, like I said, yo, you're my brother, man. I couldn't be more prouder than you. You're doing what you're doing, man. Keep representing. Stay up. That's it, bro. You'll be soon enough, man. You'll have Jaden back with you. We'll all be chilling, and he'll be having combos in the kitchen with us, man.
I can't wait, bro.
I can't wait either, man, because we need to catch up, me and Jaden.
I know it, man.
Like
you getting all love. If everybody throw some peace signs up in the chat for Mikey. Mikey rocked out with everybody tonight. You guys got to meet my boy Mikey. You're gonna get to see him a lot. Peace signs for Mikey. And
Free Karen Read.
I'm gonna take
Free
you out with
Karen
something.
Read.
And free Karen Read, free TB, justice for John O'Keefe.
Justice for John O'Keefe. R.I.P. Free Karen Read.
R.I.P. John O'Keefe. Peace signs. Look at that, Mikey. All the love for Mikey. Keep showing up peace signs. And with that being said, I go by the name of James Jackson.
I'm Mikey D.
Mikey D. And you in the layover. And that's it. Peace.
Peace and love.
Oh, look at there's James. He's so sweet. He's so
James
sweet.
Jackson.
He's so, guys, just by way of an aside, like I was having either a height wise, and I'm 5'5", but he is damn tall. I was having a hard time seeing the laptop in the registry of deeds to see what was going on, and he was so kind to pull out his laptop and pull out a seat for me, and tucked me in next to him, and we were able for a little while to watch the hearing on the 4th together, which, for the ladies out there, chivalry is not dead. I was so touched that he did that. And boy, does he have like the best laugh. It really is remarkable.
I'm trying to tell you, man. James Jackson left an impression on me. Like, he's one of those people that, like, you know, when you meet a real good soul, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like a real good one. Like once in a while they come along and they're so good you can sense it. You know what I mean? And like I got that immediately, like straight up shaking his hand. It was like that movie The Dead Zone where I was just like
well, you know, I agree with you.
Just a super nice guy, man. He's just great.
And I wanted to just mention something while we're recapping our trip, Will, is that apparently, and it's not worth getting into drama, but, you know, the night before someone had questioned, you know, whether he shows up and does things from a boots on the ground standpoint. And I didn't hear it and I won't take a position on it, but I know he was, you know, as it turned out, he had planned this visit for some time to the courthouse, and I know it was disappointing to him because he was challenged the night before but had plans the next morning to come. So James, you're wonderful soul, and you and JFK, like I'm a big fan, and just keep
I hope I get to meet JFK next time I'm out there.
Oh, me too. Yeah, that's on my bingo card. I want to meet him
for sure.